up for Cyber Lunch.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. This week will be more heavily focused on films and television shows, especially of the Netflix variety. Thanks for sticking with us. We have a very special guest tonight, the one, the only, Matt, the Slumpy Man Stimac.
Scrumpies.
I was told I wasn't allowed to say dicks or cocks.
Just say it right away. Our good friend and old pal. Welcome, my friend.
Our second unique individual guest.
Yes, other than Mark.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're so quiet.
You are unique. You got to speak up there, bud. Get right up on that.
Get right up in there.
Get all in it.
Okay.
Pretend it's giving you some pizzas.
I'm your host, Daryl.
I'm Justin.
I'm Jake.
Welcome to Cyber Lunch, a weekly podcast that deals with the nostalgia reflected and integrated into our everyday lives through growing up in the digital revolution, plus a plethora of tangents and passionate discussions with special guests and our favorite music, movies, video games, and television shows of the past and today.
We can actually say guests now.
I know,
it used
we're
to just
actually
be
having
guests, and we'd be like, "Oh, sometimes, one day," and then we had a guest, and it was nice.
I like that better.
And then now we have Matt, and we have guests.
Welcome, Matt.
So we've
been waiting to have you on for quite some time now, so it feels good.
Matt's back, though.
Yeah, dude, you need to drink some more. I'll drive home.
He's revisiting his roots, too. He used to live here for a while.
You look like a deer in headlights right now.
You did used to
Don't
live
worry,
here.
only 20 people listen to this show, Max.
Last 4 years of my liver for that.
It's very nostalgic.
That's what this whole show is about, is nostalgia. And first thing we're going to kick off, like I said, we're going to talk a lot about movies. Jake's been going off the deep end with movies lately, especially
doing.
Yeah, I feel like we aren't gamers as much as we used to be.
Netflix and streaming services have now changed the world inevitably, especially, with the death of the video store. What's the best service in your guys' opinion? I mean, obviously the popular belief is to have Hulu, Netflix, Showtime, HBO, and then pay for them individually, or if you want to bundle them all.
That's why this is happening in the first place, because people aren't buying cable, so they're like, well, let's get them a la carte style.
Well, they try to get you to buy cable.
Hell yeah,
It's
if I
like,
could,
you need internet, don't you, to watch that in the first place?
Yeah, then there's internet, and they own them. And
Netflix is obviously the most popular, and they've only gained more traction with time going on. So
plus their original programming is second to only, I would say, HBO.
Yeah, I mean, and HBO only has a couple, in my opinion. Netflix knocks it out of the park more than they don't.
Yeah, I mean, for HBO, I only watch it for Game of Thrones.
Yep.
I started watching season 2 of Westworld, man.
Oh, yeah,
I haven't seen any of it. I'm just going to wait until it's all out.
Give me your password so I can watch that shit.
It's my dad's. I'd have to ask him.
Oh.
Matt, what's your gaming background? What's your movie background? What's your favorite game ever? I'm going to put you right on the spot.
That's kind of a hard question.
Really?
We all answered it.
Shoot.
Shoot?
Probably Dark Souls.
That's your favorite game ever?
Not Demon Souls?
I was about to say, what about Demon Souls, man?
Oh, God, no. I got like 10 minutes in that game and I quit.
I remember when you bought that, dude. I was like, what is this shit?
Yeah, I remember you screaming in your room, oh, shit!
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Son of a bitch!
That's your favorite game ever, huh?
Dark Souls?
One of them.
What about Super Mario 1? What
Definitely
about
not Super Mario 1? Super
Hello
Mario
Kitty
3.
Island Adventure?
Oh, 3. Dude.
What about Lego Island Adventure?
Okay, so Super Mario 3 or Super Mario World?
Super Mario World.
Why? Explain thyself.
That's probably more of a personal preference, just for the fact that I played that one a lot more than I played Super Mario 3.
You sound like you're trying not to wake your wife up right now.
You can speak
Well,
up.
she is sleeping.
It is 10 o'clock, guys.
I don't want to make Matt feel uncomfortable.
Nah, it's
We're full of tangents here, but Netflix, we've been watching a lot of it. I've been watching a lot of Hulu lately myself, but Jake...
Yeah, Matt's given me the grace of using his Hulu.
For me, Netflix is still great because I'm a movie guy more than a show guy, but the shows I do watch, a majority of them are Netflix shows.
If it's a good story that's like, thematic,
it's very rare that I hook onto one, but when I do, I really like them. But for movie-wise, you can go so deep into garbage like C movies.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so
Yeah.
awesome because you can just watch something like, wow, that like Officer Down. I was talking to you about this the
Officer
other day.
Dong?
Or Rubber.
Down.
Rubber. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Robert.
Yeah.
Is that the Killer Tire, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
I think we watched that once when we lived in Rogers, dude.
I don't remember. I know we tried to watch it, but
Especially for
I'm
the
pretty
price
sure
for
Closet. We got in the
I'm
closet
still wanting
juice.
to watch Altered Carbon.
I got halfway through that season and I can't watch it.
Why? Because it's too graphic?
You finished it,
No,
right, man?
it's
Yes, I
awesome.
did.
It's awesome until all of a sudden it's just like, what? Like, what is happening?
It's like Elysium.
deviates.
That's what it looks like.
No,
and if you
it's
have
more like
4K,
Blade Runner with like the new Dread violence.
What were you saying, Matt?
If you have 4K Netflix, it's probably the most
Gorgeous.
visually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
appealing
Did you get a
thing on
4K
there.
TV?
I did. I got 2 actually.
Dun, dun, dun.
I have none. That 4K Netflix is nice, though, man.
I have a 4K TV apparently, and
Do
I
they have-
Somehow.
don't even fucking bother
Matt,
with it.
does yours have HDR?
I believe so.
Better make sure, otherwise they're garbage. Just kidding.
No,
I wish I had a
seriously.
4K.
No, you're right
It
though.
looks
If
amazing.
it doesn't
Dude.
have HDR, it's kind of like pointless.
They have
in a way.
that OLED TV.
OLED.
OLED.
Oh yeah.
I remember the OLED days.
OLED.
You know what I'm talking about? Right in the
OLED,
front
yeah.
and at the store with that sound bar, they were playing some like just
Oh, that
color
LG.
stuff. Holy
Oh, that-
jeez.
That contractor was fun.
Oh, I bet.
Who,
What was that,
Samsung?
Contrast.
In LG.
Did you say contractor or contrast?
The contrast
Contractor.
on
He was the contractor. He's the
TVs
guy
are
who built
ridiculous.
the stand. He was
yeah,
a
okay.
pleasant old man.
He was a pleasant old man. I see.
Just moving on and being a smart ass.
Oh yeah,
That's
that
all
almost
right.
So
I'd be
what
like,
is-
dude, you know what? It's plugs. Plug. Get out.
Just
Leave us alone.
yeah.
Anyway, talking about work, Hilson. Anyway,
It doesn't matter.
Netflix is awesome, especially for the price.
What's the most underrated streaming service you
Amazon Prime.
the internet?
Is Plex a
Matt's-
streaming
yeah.
service?
think? Plexus.
I thought that's just more of like a
or is it
server.
like is it more
Yeah.
like
I don't know if it's fucking legal,
Probably
honestly.
not.
Is it like
I don't know.
Is it like
I'm just like,
Voodoo?
fuck, this isn't out yet, and I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I mean, it's there,
Do
right?
they still have an Xbox app?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Plex does?
Yeah.
Oh, then it's legal then.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
or-
It's
If
like I watched.
Do you
we're
pay
gonna
for
ta-
it?
I don't. It's somebody else's password, but I watched The Visit. We're going to talk about that later, but it had Chinese subtitles the whole time.
Well,
I just kind of ignored it. I'm just like, oh, I'm watching this for free. So like,
Yeah.
I really don't care.
I really
It's
like.
nothing-
And it's like standard definition too.
I hate a movie with subtitles that you don't need, that they have to play because you have like a copy of it or whatever. Back in the day, I remember watching movies that it's like they just had the English subtitles on there, and it drove me nuts because it's I don't need them.
I watch them anytime.
I love
Me and Matt were talking
subtitles.
about that.
Yeah, but you watch your shit low. I crank my
Yeah.
movies up.
I have Plex, and I started watching 3 Billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri, or whatever.
Good
and
flick.
It was all in Russian, and I made it like 5 minutes. It was fucking hilarious.
Everything will be.
I can't. It's just like trying to talk backwards. I don't know.
I think you got the Swedish chef and Russian mixed up.
It's all Eastern European.
Justin, your laugh is so infectious. It's okay.
Infectious or
Something that
Overbearing.
subtitles are good for that the 3 of you guys don't quite understand yet, but all the parents listening will.
children.
When your kid is like screaming in the background while you're trying to watch something,
At the movie theater,
having the subtitles is great because
That
you're like,
makes
oh, I
sense.
didn't miss that. Sweet.
I just do that in general. I mean,
Like,
most
I'm
of the
ignoring
shows,
you and reading my movie now.
I feel
Yes.
like it's a moving graphic novel. At that point,
Another reason I'm not going to have a kids.
I like to read, so maybe that's what it is.
What is this?
Daryl,
Oh, The
tell
Visit.
me about The Visit. You
The
mentioned
Visit.
it.
Okay, so it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
M. Night
Is it-
Shyamalan.
Is that how you say his name?
You did it
Shyamalan?
perfect, yeah.
Shyamalan ding dong.
Zalala.
M. Night Shyamalan.
The Shambhala remix dubstep.
Okay, he's the guy that coined Sixth Sense, The Village, Unbreakable,
Good.
Signs.
Lady in the Water, Signs, The
Good.
Happening.
Yeah,
Garbage.
he's
The
about,
Happening was
he's
the
about
worst
50-50.
fucking movie I've ever seen in
The
the
Village
movie
was
theater
up
ever.
there.
I laughed when Aaron Eckhart, was that him with the big nose? Who's the big nose?
He's Two-Face from Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Is that who you're talking about?
Oh no, God, not him. God, I can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
Mark Wahlberg.
No, it's irrelevant. Anyways,
I bring it up, but I have like 12 tabs open. So.
that's it. Your computer can only handle so much
No.
with the RAM.
No.
If you knew him, you'd see him. He has the biggest nose in Hollywood, probably, in my opinion. Now you have to look it
Is
up.
this
'cause
The
Justin's
Village?
just yeah, The Village. He plays the mentally challenged
Oh,
fellow.
I know who you're talking about. He was in
Racia?
the Predator thing, the Predator movie.
Was he?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about Adrian Brody?
Yeah.
Adrian
Yeah.
Brody,
Yeah.
Aaron Eckhart. What the
Yeah.
hell am I talking about?
Yeah, he's a
And
parent.
it's,
Close enough.
and it's crooked too. But whatever. The guy's
God
rich,
bless
so
him.
You
whatever.
mean the guy from Predators?
Yeah,
That's what
Predators,
I remember him
yeah.
from. Actually, that wasn't that bad.
Lawrence Fishburne has the best cameo in that movie for a tangent. I'm sorry to say.
In Predators?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
the newer one. They find him in some like cave or something like that, and they're. I just remember him turning around. He's like, "I'm alive."
I don't remember that.
What is that for?
For the Predators, it's like the reboot where they get dropped.
Yeah, the one that
off.
came out a few years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Phew. It's been like
5.
I
I
know.
bet it's just more than 5.
No, it's probably around 5 years. Cheeseburger bet. I don't know. We have so many cheeseburger bets that we haven't
Just
written
let's
down.
I don't
go
remember.
for
All I remember is,
cheeseburgers after
is
this.
Hawkeye and Captain America. Who's going to die first?
2010. 8 years already. Predators came out.
Okay, so I was almost right. I said 9.
So,
Damn.
Red Dead Redemption.
The director's name is Nimrod.
The Visit is
Yes.
a PG-13 movie. The premise is that these two kids.
It's 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
It's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. I forgot
Usually
to
it's-
shut off my
usually it's
computer.
6 o'clock.
Okay, these two kids get sent out to their grandparents' house, and their mom kind of had a big fight and haven't talked to them, but she wants to reconnect them. And things go horribly awry. It's not necessarily like a slasher or anything else like that. It's more of like a psychological thriller in the sense where things escalate slowly but surely, where they find out weird shit or
Is it found footage?
it's kind of like found footage.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So like the daughter is like shooting her own documentary per se. So like the very beginning of the movie opens up with her talking to her mom and well how did you end up leaving grandma and grandpa and blah blah blah, and she's like, I don't want to get into that. If your grandparents want to tell you why I left, that's their prerogative, but I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
So it's kind of builds up a mystery from the get-go. You're already spoiling things with all these
Yeah, I don't want to
images.
see any of this.
Is it like documentary style?
It's kind of
or-
documentary style. It kind of reminded me of a more linear version of Paranormal Activity.
Like
But not-
Conjuring, where there's mixtures of.
Kind of. It's like a Salt Bay of horror movie.
I don't know what that word means.
I don't know.
It's a meme.
It is a meme.
Oh,
Matt knows all about memes.
the salt?
Can I just say
Yeah.
that documenting a visit to your grandparents sounds like literally the most boring premise for a documentary I've ever heard of in my life.
Well, M. Night Shyamalan, if that's his fucking name, is very
It is.
unconventional.
You're not
I don't know.
butchering it.
I always feel like I am butchering it. It's weird.
So would you put this?
I say
in,
Shyamalan.
Would you put this in the group that contains Unbreakable, Sixth Sense, and Signs, or would you
Yes.
put this in the group that
It's in the
contains
top 5.
Happening?
I
The
didn't really
Village,
like
Lady in
Signs
Water.
except for
really?
a few.
I didn't either.
few
And I'm an
parts.
alien guy.
I know.
didn't
I
really
like
like it that
Signs.
much.
The part where the limb was hanging out of the sewer drain with
Yeah.
the kid at the end, that scared the shit out of
Yeah.
me. The part that scared me more, one of the top, okay, M. Night Shyamalan, he does really good horror as far as like, when I watched The Sixth Sense at the Dollar Theater, I was convinced that my parents were trying to poison every meal. After I saw I'm like, you first. Yeah, 'cause
It's like,
they were putting
can I get my
detergent-
tester in here?
They were putting detergent in that little girl's
Yeah.
soup or
Yep.
whatever,
Yep.
and she kept showing up, throwing up. Anyways,
Showing up, throwing up.
Yeah.
I remember that first time when they were showing that video in
Yes.
Brazil when Joaquin Phoenix is watching that little TV.
I was
and the,
laughing at that.
I
point.
know in retrospect now, but I remember the first. I don't know why. Something about the way when it walks across that. I don't
the
know. It's just
alleyway?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
No,
that. It's that
the scariest
split
part in
second.
Signs is when the little girl gets up and says, "Daddy, I want some water," and he looks out the window and there's just that shadow on top of the
Oh, I
fucking barn,
forgot about that.
Yeah.
and it's just like, "Doof." And Mel Gibson's like, "Wait here."
Yeah.
Okay, for being
We're
an
gonna
M. Night
kill the
Shyamalan
Jews.
movie about
Yeah, I was
aliens,
just going to say before he ran out and started screaming racist
we don't
shit.
do politics though.
Well, whatever. He did it. I mean, what are you going to say?
Oh,
We talked
whatever.
about Kevin Spacey's pederast too,
Trying
so
to
whatever.
give Matt an in here.
Oh.
Yeah, you're very quiet. It's okay though.
It's okay.
Hey, man, Mel Gibson gave us Riggs. I don't care what he says.
You mean the
Whatever.
He gave us
game?
Mad Max.
No, and Mad Max, yeah.
And Braveheart.
Yep.
I mean, the list goes on. Get
Yep.
the Gringo.
I mean-
never seen that movie. Who cares?
It's actually a good movie.
Really?
Yeah. So was Mexico. No, Mexico was Brad Pitt. Never mind.
M. Night Shyamalan. So this movie, The Visit, it came out about 3 years ago, I want to say, and this would rank him one of the top 5 best M. Night Shyamalan movies of all time. It's an unconventional yet conventional horror flick simultaneously, and I feel like there's there's a couple scenes where I myself during the daylight was like clenching my fists, like, oh shit.
I'm gonna have to watch.
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, like
Is it
today.
on Netflix? Can
Yeah.
we
What
look
did
that
you
up?
watch it on?
Plex.
Oh, so
Is it-
so I have to buy it somewhere, huh?
Well,
I
it
don't
on
know.
Netflix?
I
You can
guess.
look
Like
it
I
up.
said, I watched it with fucking Chinese subtitles, so I don't know.
Matt, look up if you can watch The Visit on Netflix.
Thank you, Matt.
As long as you're here, you might
I'll
as
get
well
right
work,
on that.
For Christ's sake.
Yeah, Matt is a really
since
good
it- since-
researcher.
That's true. He could be our fact checker.
That's all right. So since I'm got the spotlight on me on what I've watched, that was just today. I watched it in its entirety. Go ahead.
Before we move on to your next thing, while we're talking about M. Night Shyamalan, I just want to give a shout out to the Glass trailer that came out today while we're talking
Glass.
about.
Expound.
Cannot wait.
I
So
think
it's-
we talked about it,
It's a
but
sequel from Unbreakable.
it's technically an Unbreakable
slash
sequel.
Split. If you want to think of it, this is like the third installment.
This is number 3.
Yeah.
Because it goes Unbreakable and then Split and now Glass.
If you have not seen Split, please watch
If
it.
you haven't seen Unbreakable,
Watch
what
them
the
all.
hell took you so long?
I don't like Unbreakable personally.
That's
What?
Sorry.
That's okay. I can see
Unpopular
why not.
opinion.
No,
It's
no.
just slow.
I can
So
see
you didn't like Unbreakable and you didn't like Signs.
No, I like parts. I thought parts of Signs were scary, but
Rank your Shyamalan movies before we move on from
okay. You want to do that?
You said top 5, so give me the top 5.
Well, I'm just saying that's a choice though. Unbreakable, a lot of people don't like that movie.
Bullshit! Out of all the other garbage he's made, that's
I'm just
what
saying.
you're gonna hang up
Like
on.
I can understand why somebody wouldn't like it.
Number one,
Like,
Sixth
yeah.
Sense.
Yeah.
can't
Okay,
beat
fair
it.
enough. Cliche.
Whatever.
That was his downfall
No,
because
dude,
he knocked
shit.
it out of the park in the
No,
first.
yeah, I don't
the
think you
first
could.
I
go.
just don't think I've ever been that affected in a movie theater in my entire
I got
life.
it spoiled. I wish I wouldn't have.
No, I never did. And my dad just took me on a whim. And for a PG-13
We're gonna go
movie.
see some dead people.
Donnie Wahlberg, man.
Oh yeah,
He's a crazy
He's the
guy in
that
the
shot
beginning.
him. Shot him,
Okay,
yeah.
2.
2, I'd have to say. You're gonna hate me, but The Visit.
Okay.
Well, I'll
really
have to
thought-
watch it.
I'm not gonna hate you. I want to see it now. I haven't seen it.
3, no, I take that back. 2 would be Split. 3 would be The Visit. 4 would be Signs. 5 would probably be The Village. But the only reason why I say Unbreakable for 5. The Village, I wanted more out of it. I wanted that to act. Now just wait. I know you're shaking your head, but I wanted that to be
He's
an
such a
actual, like-
millennial.
no, I wanted it to be like a monster movie.
The Village?
Yes. The ending.
That's what it sold it as.
Oh yeah, that's what it totally sold it as. But the ending was just so disappointing to me.
I'm not bullshitting you. When I went to this movie, 10 minutes into the movie, I leaned over to my girlfriend at the time and told her, I was like, I bet you this. And I told her the end of what I was like. I think this is what the end is going to be because it just feels that way. And it was. She was just in some woods, but it was in the real world. I'm like, you watch. So I predicted it right away.
Wasn't
was
it your
so
girlfriend that was the main protagonist in that movie?
predictable. No, she was the main protagonist.
Bryce Dallas
in,
Howard.
I was about to say that earlier. Yeah.
No, it was my girlfriend that was the main protagonist in Hell because she was a. Anyway, we'll move on.
In hell.
She was a demon.
Van Damme.
Why are we not talking about The Last Airbender?
Oh, geez,
my
that's
God.
right.
Shyamalan movie of all time.
Oh yeah, I
never
forgot
watched
about
I
that.
forgot about
That ranks among the worst. I mean, we're
Never
trying to
seen
be
it.
positive because we've been negative.
And people
lately,
wanted
so.
that movie so bad. There's such a huge community to have that, and they're like,
First of
"No,
all, they made the
thank you."
protagonist a white boy. Second of all, they made the protagonist a white boy.
Well, yeah, welcome to Hollywood.
Anyway,
okay.
I can't wait for
anyways.
Glass.
So
I
yeah,
cannot
check
wait.
out this Glass trailer. It
Glass,
looks pretty
Samuel
sick.
Jackson, Bruce Willis, and then help me with the
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
Professor X himself.
I was gonna say you'd see him in
Wanted.
Wanted. That's
Wanted.
one.
Yeah.
Class.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Basically
yeah.
every
X-Men.
movie now. He's basically in every movie
Yeah, he's
now.
a busy dude.
Well, good. He's talented as hell.
He is very
Just watch
talented.
Split. That's all you need to watch. Yeah, I can't wait for this movie, man. I'm super excited.
One thing that's good about Netflix too, and that you really don't see anywhere else, I guess, unless you went on YouTube, but stand-up comedy specials. That's kind of the place to go for stand-up comedy
Yeah.
specials.
Yeah,
and I watched Jim Jeffries' new special today. Very controversial.
Oh yeah, that's Jim Jeffries.
He's slightly misogynist, if not very misogynist, but at the same time, it's kind of like he's a comedian, and anything a comedian says, you got to take with a grain of salt.
He's one of those
In my
guys that-
personal opinion,
I feel like he's a new Andrew Dice Clay. He's like this generation's Andrew Dice Clay.
he just says anything.
Yep.
He
Doesn't
has
care.
a show on Comedy Central now too.
Oh yeah, he does have a show on Comedy Central. I can't remember the name, but his new special is called "This Is Me Now." And when you find out why he named it that, it's absolutely hilarious. He actually undercooked some chicken and fed it to his 4-year-old. And his 4-year-old shit and puked everywhere. And he's like, he didn't think it was gonna last forever, or he thought it was gonna last forever. So the 4-year-old was like shitting and puking simultaneously, and said, "This is me now." Well, I guess this is me now.
He's a good.
That feels
he's
like
good.
hiccups too when you get
As
hiccups.
the
You're
only dad in this room, that is very accurate parenting.
like, what was that joke we heard on that special earlier today?
Okay, so referencing Netflix specials, there's a special from 2016. Rory Scovel. Look him
Scoville.
up.
Like a Scoville unit.
Scoville is
Yes.
actually the measurement of heat in a habanero.
I'm growing ghost peppers, by the
Look
way,
him
which
up.
we should eat on the
Ghost
show.
peppers.
Not
We're
a-
from
So
fucking
anyways.
Minnesota.
Sorry, man.
He has a joke that he started off his set with where he said, "So I have a 2-year-old now. Still not sure if I want to be a father."
Yeah, I'm not eating one of your ghost
Is there a
peppers. You
return
guys-
policy? Having worked returns for a retail outlet, a lot of people joke about returning their kids. Like, a lot.
I used to use that joke when I was standing at the front door when there would be a kid in the cart and he was kind of shy. I'd be like, "You can't return him," just so you know.
I think, like, there's a lot of...
And the moms
like,
would
I'm
be
like,
like,
oh,
"Are you
okay,
sure?"
people probably do
They're just-
sell their kids out there.
Yeah,
I
well,
believe
at
it.
Costco they return beds that people died in. So
Well,
on to the
and
next
in Maple
subject.
Grove,
Oh, speaking of pet beds that people die in,
Oh my god!
we'll save
was
that one for
perfect.
later. Or do you want to talk about it?
No, I'll talk about it just real quick. So
Okay.
I've been on an eBay binge. I don't really know why, but I ended up. Justin recommended this 1977 horror movie, and I say horror in quotations. It's called Deathbed.
The Bed That Eats.
It's got a 4.4 out of 10 after 1,700 votes online. A bed possessed by a demon spirit consumes its users alive.
I remember I originally heard this on...
Did you watch this movie at all?
No, I originally heard about it on Patton Oswalt's, like, first or second CD.
made 6 months after I was born.
And I'm like, what? He's like,
That's
this is the
crazy.
most ridiculous, and it's always one I've always wanted to see, but you can never find it anywhere for obvious
And
reasons.
I found it for $7.
Well, you found it
on
online.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, you can find anything online.
Yeah, true that.
And
You can find
According-
other people's kids online.
According to this Google page, the budget was $30,000. So
Yeah, it looked like
you
that.
know,
in
it's,
1977.
Because they just draped everything in a black cloth and filmed people acting in front of it. And $20,000 of it was probably the bed.
If you watch
Yes.
the trailer, the bed just literally like foams up and then consumes people.
Yeah,
and
they
that's
must use
it.
like some sort of like liquid
Like
foam
Ajax.
or something.
yeah,
like orange Ajax.
now this will be fine.
Just
You-
pour
none of
some
you
foam
will
on
be
your
affected
shoe and
by
you're
this.
dying.
It's one of those movies where it's like you get together with your buds and have more drinks than you probably should and just sit there and laugh your ass
The
off.
cover's great though.
It is.
I have to say.
that's not the cover that's on the copy that I bought
Oh.
per se. It's similar but not the same. It reminds me of Phantasm.
It
That
does look like one of the
business.
fans. Yes.
That girl looks
It's-
very bored about being eaten by a bed. Like,
She looks
could
like
you
she's
just hurry the
enjoying
fuck
it.
up
Got her
already?
tits out too, so that's really weird.
And she's like melting.
melting tits.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those 70s horror covers.
It's cult. It's a cult classic. Maybe.
Yeah, so-
Who
Is it a
knows?
cult classic or is it just a cult?
Both.
Could be both.
Speaking of cult,
You were talking about... What else were you watching?
well, stand-up comedies. I mean, I watched that, and I don't know. I've kind of been quite busy lately, to be honest with you. Jake's been the one that's watched a lot of Netflix lately.
Should we give
Yeah.
Jake some
We've
time?
got quite
I have a kind of a
the
list.
list. The only thing that I have left on mine is Handmaid's Tale, which we'll get to a little bit later.
No, you can talk about it right now.
Are
Go
you
ahead.
sure?
Yeah.
Before you talk about that, I would just
Okay,
like to say
go
that
ahead.
if you're a fan of the Netflix comedy specials, check out Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with
Yes.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Great.
If you're a
Can
fan
I-
of
can I tell a story, please?
If you're a fan of Seinfeld or even just Cars,
The Norm
watch it.
Macdonald episode is the best one, by the way.
Go, Daryl.
I had a dream the other night, and
No.
many of you at
Yeah.
this table know that I'm a very lucid dreamer, and I was inside some government building. I was walking out, and somebody the day before was talking about this show and saying like, it's all right. And me personally, I don't mean to belittle any of you here, but Jerry Seinfeld, he never was very impactful.
How
in my
dare
life.
you, sir?
I know, but so I know.
Yeah.
Justin's getting up. He's
That's
done.
it. That's it.
It's over. Fucking over.
No, I'm with you a little bit.
here.
Okay, so I'm.
There's some over.
I-
Jake would leave, though.
That's all right. So I'm walking out of this government building from a union shop or whatever, in my dream, and all of a sudden Jerry Seinfeld comes up to me and he starts talking to me. He's like, "Hey, what did you think of my new show?" And I was just like, "Get the fuck out of my face."
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
That's what I said to Jerry Seinfeld. And this is what he did. This was his reaction.
Whoa, man.
He just he put his hands in the air.
He did jazz hands?
Yeah, he just did like a jazz hands, and he was so appalled that I told him to fuck off.
What's the deal with Daryl?
Why are you talking to me in such a rude manner?
Pretty much. But I heard the episode that I'm most intrigued by is Dave Chappelle's.
Yeah, those are really
Yes.
good. Sorry, I'm not on.
Personally, it's all right.
Or what about the Obama one where they just had to drive around in the White House court?
The White House lawn.
Yeah, because they wouldn't let him leave. That was funny.
Really? Okay, that intrigues me.
It's a pretty fun show, and he drives around in a different classic car
Before we
every
get
time
to Jake,
for the
because
most
we got
part.
a long list of Jake. Matt, what have you been watching?
I've been watching mostly anime on Hulu right now.
What kind? You sound very excited.
Just kind of.
You sound like somebody kicked your puppy.
Yeah.
Who gave Matt Ambien?
That was actually the.
Seriously.
That was actually the plot to the anime I was watching. Was somebody kicked
It's called
a puppy.
Ambien.
It's called Ambient and
in parentheses,
Ambient Puppy
colon,
Kickers.
Puppy kickers.
Puppy kickers.
colon. There's always a couple
That's a
colons
parentheses,
in the...
then it's a colon with a parentheses around it. Puppy kickers.
Band name. Great band name. Puppy
No,
kickers.
I've been watching
All chick band name.
basically all the lame popular anime that's been on there. I've just kind of been running through that list.
Well, what's lame and popular? You're
My
generalizing.
Hero Academia and Black Clover.
Oh, sorry, squeaky.
Are you playing Fortnite too?
Oh God, no!
We talked about
Jeez.
we talked about that last
Did you see
week.
Fortnite just passed $1 billion?
I did.
Jesus,
$1 billion.
Yeah, one of your free.
And a free game.
It's not fucking free. That's a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but still, no, that's just. I don't want to hear political. I don't want to hear about economy. If people are spending $1 billion on fucking Fortnite, I don't want to hear
political?
about anybody say they're.
I'll allow it.
Anyway, that's all I'm saying.
keep
Dude,
in
it's
mind
kids,
that
man.
keep in mind that Fortnite, what you buy is not anything that helps you in the game.
No.
It's all
Cosmetics.
Right.
It's all cosmetic.
Right. But
So they sold $1 billion of colors.
Microtransactions. That's how they're getting
and clothing.
Remember when that game was going to fail? Everybody's like, "Oh, it's trying to keep up with PUBG," and now everybody's like, "Who's
Because
PUBG?"
you got that kid demographic, man. It's like
Great.
pets.
I'm the most laundry.
There's unlimited
Get your
money.
PUBG going.
And PUBG's not actively updating on the Xbox. They'll release an update every
Are they on PC?
4 or 5 months.
Oh fuck yeah!
They're on PC updating every week.
Yeah.
It's like 4K on
Fortnite
PC.
updates on all platforms at the same time.
No, it's still janky as hell.
Fortnite runs pretty good, but we kind of
Anyway.
got into that last week.
And it's
Okay.
terrible.
One thing that's kind of hard to get into, and it's a hard watch, and it's a hard swallow, pun intended, maybe not, but
Ooh.
Handmaiden's Tale,
Maids.
whatever. Handmaid's
Handjob's Tale?
Handjob Tale. Wow, got an 8.6 on IMDb. Anyways,
Hulu
very
original.
grim. It's a Black Mirror episode that I wish would end earlier.
I just wanted to stop.
Yeah, it's not what I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like some sort of some historical piece, like
you watch it?
following.
Only the first episode.
Okay, so I'm on.
We only watched 2.
I just finished
Okay.
3.
Oh,
today.
well, okay. Well, I
I
could
watched
watch
the third
that.
one today.
Okay.
That was the hardest watch.
2 wasn't that
third.
hard?
Does this show feel like a chore? Like when you're done, you're like, Jesus.
Kinda. Like I had to go to bed after I got done watching it. I had to go to bed, and I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm fucking going to bed now. Like,
It seems like every relief of
like we can't continue on with this. Why can't this just be a movie and we're done? Because I want vengeance now.
yeah, it seems like every relief of tension is brought about by another
You ever
new
seen
tension.
The Patriot?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if it was that kind of bad guy
Kinda.
thing, or Rob Roy.
No, it wasn't
Same thing,
a
remember
bad
that?
guy per se. It's a totalitarian society that you want to overthrow
Yeah.
overnight. So with that being said,
But is it like supernatural or some shit, or it's
no,
just
No.
supernatural.
Okay.
No,
the
it's
government,
just
the government got put into martial law. They took all the jobs away from women, and they froze all women's bank accounts. And I don't want to spoil too much, but
when I was watching the
I was gonna
first
do a
episode,
bird joke there.
the first vibe that I got, and I continue to get it, is it reminds me. I don't know why. Daryl, maybe you can help me. It reminds me of Children of Men.
I've never seen that. I
Okay.
actually was
Dude.
gonna buy the 10th or whatever anniversary for Blu-ray. I saw.
Oh,
at
is there
Best
a
Buy.
new
Yeah.
double dip?
It's like a steel book.
Oh, I'm on
And
it.
that was right alongside Dark Crystal. That That was like I think I don't even know what the hell that came out a long time ago, but there was some anniversary edition of that at Best Buy.
Children
It
of
gives
Men
me
is
that. I
amazing.
think it has something, that whole population control, birth.
So these girls that are in red with the white hoods, they're
Nuns.
surrogates
Basically,
for a house, and the man has sex with her, but he already has a wife. So she'll lay on her back, get raped by the dude. He'll inseminate her while the wife watches, and everybody's supposed to be okay with it.
I'm not watching this.
yeah.
It's pretty funny, actually.
It's pretty funny.
Well, there's some dark humor involved.
There is
Justin,
some dark humor too. They relieve the tension, and you're like, "Oh, okay, I kind of needed
where
that."
she's like getting pounded, and she's like, "I wish he would just fucking hurry up."
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of inner dialogue, and
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. That
So
doesn't
if they
sound-
have a wife, why do they need the surrogate for?
because
if
there's
they
some
want
sort
somebody
of
to tell
something
them
going
to hurry
on
up?
with the population. There's
It's a religious thing.
and there's there's trouble with birthing. I mean,
I
the
don't
birthing
know.
rates
I
have
just think
fallen. I
it-
thought
It's some type of religious thing where they're all supposed to speak properly like nuns, and it's more. It reminds me of Inside, where like everything went horribly. You know the game Inside, where everything's like desolate. Everything went horribly wrong for humanity, and now this is where they're at.
But it's set in like the 1800s or what?
No, it's
set modern day.
set
So,
right
like,
now.
and if anyone's gay, and anyone's Jewish, anyone's outside of their religion,
So it's like a cult.
Kind of.
Like a story called
that
story.
Kind of.
overthrew America.
Yeah,
Oh, huh?
it's kind of the way of life it is.
Yeah, I
now.
don't. Whatever.
So like they go down
And
to
they're
the
basically
river.
like sex slaves, and
Yeah, so
they
go
do
down
all
to
the
river
menial
to pl-
tasks.
to pray, but there's like bodies hanging. And
Game
one
of Thrones style, kind of.
Game of Thrones style, like one has like a Jewish symbol, one has like an upside down triangle, and he was gay, and the other one was like a non-believer, and they all got killed. So the whole premise is this main girl tried to run away with her daughter. Her husband got shot, and this is in the first episode. Husband got shot, the girl got taken away, and her only motivation is to see her daughter again. So she puts up with all this fucking bullshit.
Sounds pretty
Uplifting?
Daryl-ish.
No, not at all. It's just a major turnoff. I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm just disgusted. But at the same time, it's like you want vengeance.
Yeah.
You want to see everything get overthrown, so that's like kind of like the main like reason why you continue to watch.
It's very car accidenty. You can't
It is.
look away.
It really is.
Is it one of those series where like you're like, okay, I'll watch one episode and go to bed, and then you watch that episode and you're like, okay, well, I need to have like 6 more drinks before I go to bed now.
Kind of.
Or they leave you at the cliffhanger, and you're like, I gotta watch the next one.
That's what Black Mirror does to me. Every time I watch Black Mirror, I'm just like, man, I gotta like decompress after that.
Maybe you guys can help me out. I feel the same need to watch the show as I did. Okay, so the premise is there's this blonde chick. She gets hit by a toilet seat that falls out of a plane, and she dies, and she becomes a Grim Reaper. Dead Like Me.
Yes.
I want to watch this show just like as much as I want to watch Dead Like Me. Like I stayed up for
Is that a show?
That was
yeah.
HBO, right?
yeah. So
Was
like
it HBO or was
she
it
died-
Showtime? It was one of the two.
Ooh, that's hard to say. But she dies and she comes back as a Grim Reaper. So anybody that she touches, she lets pass. It's really good. So they meet up at this breakfast restaurant every day, and then they're given a person. So the show kind of follows her, and then after you fill your quota, you're able to go on to the next life.
It's got Manny.
Showtime.
It was Showtime.
What's his name? Manny Pat.
Pacquiao.
yes, the boxer.
I fuck you up. Sorry.
Manny Patinkin, who is a. If you like The
Patinkin?
Princess Bride, you'll know who he is.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's Indigo Montoya.
yeah.
Yes. And he is great in Dead Like Me.
Anyways, Handmaid's Tale. I don't recommend it, but I do simultaneously.
I guess there's a book too. I kind of want to read it.
I didn't know that.
Wendy
I might-
read the
I
book
might
and
re- I might read the
decided
book.
not to watch the series.
Who am I?
Oh, I
kidding? I'm not
suppose.
gonna read the book.
No.
No.
I actually
It's not
finished
worth
a
it.
book this
I probably
morning.
will never see this show unless I'm over at Matt's or something.
You finished a book. What
It took
book?
me. It was called Jade City. It actually was really good. It reminds me of something that's going to get made into a movie. I'm like, this is going to be a movie in
Oh
like
yeah,
5 years.
I'm sure. Just like Annihilation was.
Yeah.
I wish you would go on eBay and order that sci-fi book that with the yellow pill, that whole series.
Daryl's the eBay guy.
Yeah.
What's
Anyway,
it called?
well, there's
We'll
a
have to
short
find it.
story in it called The Yellow Pill, and I remembered it from when I was in like 6th grade or 7th grade when I read it, and I told Justin about it. We found the actual story. I think you read the story, right? You read that?
I did a paper on it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's one of my favorite short stories of all time. But anyway,
Oh my god, we got so much to get through already.
I know. That's
Handmaid's Tale, it's on Hulu. I actually
Hulu Originals. That's all you can see it on, right?
Yep, and I got the $11.99 version because I had the cheaper version, and commercials ruin it. They just fucking ruin the show.
Thank you, Matt.
Agreed.
So I decided to spend the extra couple bucks now that I canceled my Netflix because somebody else I know has it. So on to the next one. Ryan Gosling stars in this movie called Only God Forgives.
This is the first on my list of my binge this week. It
didn't get that great of ratings.
No, it got booed at Cannes.
Really?
Yeah, they booed when it ended at Cannes Festival.
The director's follow-up to Drive, right after he did Drive.
Yes. Him
so
and
it's
Ryan
kind of tough to
Gosling,
follow up.
It's not even
especially
the same.
when you put Ryan Gosling in
Is it a
it.
sequel?
That's the problem with this movie is everybody expected Drive again, and this is not that. This was like the whole entire movie is a metaphor for something. I don't want to spoil anything because you were supposed to watch it, but you didn't, Justin.
Didn't this movie have a lot of references to like old samurai flicks, if I remember correctly?
No.
No?
Well, it might have like the style it was filmed, but there's no the cop in it uses like a blade, but other than that, but it's Ryan Gosling.
What about
it's
this
basically
like dragon picture?
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's
it's in Thailand.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Set. So, and it's just about this guy whose brother gets killed, and it's like kind of a revenge flick, kind of, but. It's hard to even describe this movie. You just have to watch it.
I like the color scheme they use for it.
It's beautifully shot.
Reminds me of The Last Night, which is yet to come out.
When is that game coming out?
Who fucking knows?
Anyway,
What's that?
That's it. We'll talk later.
Okay.
Anyway, this movie is just it's a metaphor. It means something else, the whole entire movie. So people going into this thinking they're going to watch like a revenge flick, an action flick, it's not that. I can see why people get pissed because they're like, what the hell? It took me, I did a little research after the movie and kind of read about what the actual message was and stuff, and it's really, really good. I like it, but it's a very much an art house film. So, I can't believe it was 2013.
Yeah,
crazy,
well,
man.
yeah, that makes sense. Because Drive was, you
You
were
want to
probably
read
still...
the synopsis?
Yeah. In Thailand, a drug trafficker, Ryan Gosling, his icy mother, Kristen Scott Thomas, sends him on a mission to avenge his older brother who was killed for beating an underage prostitute to death. So it's an uplifting film.
How much of that does that cover the movie?
It's loosely, it's just sprinkled through.
Does that covers like 30% of the movie? There's so much more in there.
It's the interlacing, it's the narrative through the whole movie, but the things that happen in it are all symbolism.
Is it worth a watch for our viewers that are listening right now?
If you like artsy films with like a purpose.
Is it slow? Is it a slow burn?
No, it moves pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it action?
There's action.
Action drama?
There's action.
We should start our own segment called the Netflix Corner.
We should.
Where it's just technically like just Netflix films that you should probably check out that you haven't.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I like
it's
that.
been
I like
done.
that idea. I can do that.
Who
for
cares?
sure.
Everything's fucking beat
but
to
they're
death.
not us.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's right.
guess.
Not our way. I'll just drink a bunch of beer and I'll just tell you what to watch on Netflix.
Only
Me and Matt can get
40% on
together.
Rotten Tomatoes, 37 on Metacritic.
Yeah, everybody hated it, but I liked it. I really liked it. I got it for what it was, and I mean, it's a don't if you're an adventurous film buff, like you like to watch some weird shit, watch it. If you're not, if it's not your,
Is it as weird as Under the Skin?
It's weirder.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
still have yet
Which,
to
by
see
the way,
that.
it's on Netflix now.
Really?
Yep.
You haven't watched it yet?
No.
So good.
Oh, I thought that meant you watched it.
No.
Okay.
I just know from what you guys have told me that movie is pretty weird.
It's way weirder. But anyway, that was my first binge. I think that was the first one I watched.
All right,
Then I
what's your
watched
second one?
Enemy.
Enemy. Is this a series or a movie?
No, it's just a movie.
When did it come out?
2014. 19.
13.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yep.
Okay.
A mild-mannered college professor, Jake Gyllenhaal, discovers a look-alike actor and delves into an other man's private affairs.
That's pretty cool.
It's way more whacked out. This is another one. This is by the guy that did Villeneuve, the guy that did the Blade Runner remake, and he did a bunch of other movies. Arrival.
Sicario.
Yes, but this one is it's the same kind of thing as Only God Forgives. It has a meaning. The entire movie is a meaning of something.
Have you seen Nightcrawler?
Yes.
We saw that in the theaters, Matt and I together.
It was good.
He's
Is that
nodding.
the one where he's
Yes.
the photographer?
Yeah.
I heard that one's messed.
Nah. It's good
What do you think?
performance.
Matt's,
what do you
Matt's
think,
making
Matt?
a dazed look.
Dazed and Confused. All
It
right,
was
all right.
it was
all right.
basically a movie that built up to something and then never got there. That's kind of how I felt
There's
about
great
it.
performances in it.
Great performances. The acting was good.
Gyllenhaal was the shit in that movie. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, dude, he's kind of.
But Enemy is
crazy.
good too. That's another one I told Justin to watch this week, but it happens.
No, I'm intrigued now. I mean, how bad is
I don't
he
really
fuck with
get
other
the
dude's
synopsis. Yeah,
I don't want to say anything because you guys haven't seen it.
Okay.
Not even if you had seen it, we could talk about it. But none of you have seen
So
it.
it says it's a thriller and a mystery.
Yeah.
But is it more thriller or mystery?
It's a mixture of both, my friend.
I don't know.
Thristery.
Yeah, but you don't want to watch too much. You don't want to look at too many pictures of it and see anything. So just watch it. What is the next on my list there, Justin? Well, we can talk about Red Sparrow.
Yeah, that was the other
We don't
one.
want to spoil it.
Have you seen it?
We
I
just
did.
won't spoil it, and the ending's the only spoiler. The rest of the movie.
Have you seen
can
this,
talk
Matt?
about.
No, I have not.
Do you know what it is?
I do know what it is. I've seen the trailer. I've read up on
It's a
it.
very sexually provocative and at times hard to watch film.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that level of violence from it. I was like, okay, a rated R thriller.
Whoa, really?
Kind of like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, but not as hardcore.
it's. I haven't seen that
or
movie, by the
not.
way.
I meant the opposite.
Would you
Red
recommend
Sparrow.
that, by the way?
I haven't seen it in its entirety.
Okay.
I actually fell asleep.
Okay.
So it was a
Yeah,
little
this was
slow
bru-
moving, but I love Gary Oldman.
Okay.
He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's one of my
Yeah.
faves. Red Sparrow was brutal.
It
There
was-
was brutal parts to it. It was very formative to like the spy thriller kind of thing.
I feel like it was almost exploitive at moments
yeah,
too.
there was parts where it's just for the fact of it. Like, yeah, yikes.
Like the shower scene, and
Yeah.
then after that,
yeah,
she's
there's
like,
some tough.
She's like, "Go ahead."
yeah,
We know what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
She's in the shower.
he wants power.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the torture parts that are in there. There's some rough stuff, but I can see all this really happening.
Oh, big time.
So
So what is it?
it's about
She a spy?
she's
she's
a
a girl.
ballerina.
Yeah.
She's a girl that works for the government where they seduce their prey pretty much, and they can get into their lives because they get people to trust them, and they're the sparrows. They're it's a
So like
project
they're
sparrow
like government
They're government
seductresses.
from the Russians. The
Like
Russians,
sleeper agents?
yeah, sleeper agents. Yep,
Yeah.
figuratively and really too. They basically seduce
They
people
sleep?
and get their secrets and stuff like that.
Oh,
Get them to trust them and
hey.
everything else. But I'll tell you what, this chick is one of the worst actors I've ever seen in my life.
Why?
I did not like her in this movie.
I think you could have picked way worse.
She's all right.
She-
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, but she's trying
all
to
right.
play a Russian spy. Like with
That's
the
not her
accent and
fault. She
everything.
can't
It's
do
like-
an accent. They shouldn't have picked her then.
I don't think she did that bad. Like I was intrigued the whole time. I was a little bored here and there because it was
That looks
slow
pretty
moving.
intriguing.
But other than that, I feel like she did a really good job. And her uncle's the one that contracted her to do everything in the first place.
Yeah, it's messed up.
So that was a weird dynamic to begin with.
Yeah, it's worth
I
watching.
mean-
But I'll tell you the one problem with this movie I found, Daryl. See where it says runtime? Is that up there?
Yeah, 2
Because I
hours and
believe-
20 minutes.
Yeah, that's way
Jesus.
too long. It's way too long.
Oh, it's got that dude
Joel
that we
Edgerton.
always talk about.
Look
in
what
it.
IGN gave it.
Yeah, because that guy was mad about the exploitative nature of the
Got
movie.
come on, what's that guy's name? We
Go
always talk
fuck
about him
yourself.
on the show.
Yeah,
But
That's
hey,
what
if you
I
like
say to that.
tits,
that Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, Joel Edgerton. Yeah.
I don't know. I've honestly seen worse James Bond movies.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Like this one's like, ooh.
Yeah, it's a rated R.
Yeah, 2.5
There's some-
hours long
there's
though,
some
man.
skin grafting that
Yeah.
goes on.
It's long.
Ew.
It's long though, but it's worth watch.
who directed it?
Francis Lawrence, dude.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either. Oh, he did all the Hunger Games. So
Oh, that's
that
why.
makes sense.
Well, that explains it.
I Am Legend. That's a great one too.
I like that.
That's
movie.
my bacon.
Yeah, I like
How
that.
dare you use that bacon?
Next movie I watched was.
Oh shit, he did
Constantine
Constantine.
Oh, I love Constantine.
Awesome.
I love it.
In a Britney Spears special.
It's called Poop Shoot.
The other movie I'm going to talk about now that Justin's here, we're going to talk a little bit about Kong.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So I'm going to say my opinion on this real quick. It's not going to be too negative. There was
Okay, yeah, sure.
no, I'm serious. The special effects, like I said
You're
last
talking
week,
about Skull Island, the
Yes.
newest, right?
the special effects were great. There was genuinely awesome parts, and there was genuinely really scary parts in this movie.
What did you think about
We said that last week.
Right, I'm just talking.
What do you
with
think about
Justin
the
now.
look of Kong?
I liked it. It still makes me sad though. Every time I see King Kong, I get sad.
Well,
'Cause
yeah, talk about a metaphor.
Yeah, I remember the old days when I saw the original. I was gonna say Donkey Kong, but
King Kong.
I was sad, like
Oh, yeah.
Daryl said, his eyes and stuff, and just bad.
It
stuff
was Beauty
happened, so-
killed the beast.
Yeah, but this movie that had good parts, but it seemed like just a mash of scenes. Other than that, it was just like these mishmash of scenes and some horrible acting sometimes. John C. Reilly was good. Could have been
Steve
better.
Brul's in that.
Steve Brule,
Yeah,
the doctor.
John C. Reilly. He could have been better, but it was like just a mishmash of scenes.
As much as I love him, he plays John C. Reilly every time.
Yeah.
You just hear his voice.
Yeah.
And
I heard.
But the fight scenes were ridiculous. Really,
I heard there was a John C. Reilly reference in the movie on his jacket. It said something like "for your health."
Oh, really?
Oh, really? I have to, yeah.
A Steve Brule reference, you mean?
Yes.
Really? Oh, I'll have to look that up.
It was violent too. Did you notice that for PG-13?
It was brutal. A lot of
Yeah.
people died. It reminded me of like Star Trek or Man of Steel, where it's just like, well, okay, there's just a bunch of people dying. Well, maybe not that.
Was Samuel Jackson in it?
Yes, he was the. Whoa, what was that?
Justin's phone.
Oh, yeah, he was in it too. There was a bunch of people. Who was the Loki? Loki was the main actor guy. Who had him.
Thomas Hiddleston.
Yeah, Thomas Hiddleston. And the chick was the chick from Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider movie.
So I
it
guess.
does say for.
Yeah.
Does it really say that, or
I guess
is that
he's wearing a jacket that says "Good for your health" on the back.
Does he really, or is that?
I
Just
don't know. Let's see if it's.
Friends.
Yeah.
What
Don't
are
start.
friends?
Don't start with Tim and Eric, please.
It's not fucking Tim and Eric. It's Stephen Brule.
Well, it started
Different.
on.
There you go. Justin's pulling up something.
Anyway, I thought it was okay. It was worth a watch. I mean, it's a popcorn movie, right? What'd you think of it?
It was a popcorn movie. It's definitely a demo disc. It's just like let's try and make a pretty movie. It's a gauntlet of fights. It reminds me of what Rampage should have been. I haven't seen Rampage and I heard it's all right, but it's basically just monsters
It's all
fighting.
right.
So
What excites me about it is looking at that in conjunction with Godzilla and something they kind of tease at the end of the movie, and what I know about the King of Monsters movie coming out next year.
Matt has a thought he'd like to
Go
share.
for it.
So I don't know if this will influence your opinion on the Kong movie, but there is a ride in the Universal Orlando Studios for Kong. So it's possible that the reason why it seems like an advertisement is probably because it is an advertisement for that ride.
Probably.
It seems like it, but I mean, like the fight scenes were great, but it just didn't make the whole storyline didn't make sense. There was
definitely editing
I still have yet
issues.
to see it. I'd like to see it.
It's worth a
I
watch.
would too.
Man. I would watch it.
Here, take it.
Yeah, there you go. It's right there.
Is it Blu-ray?
It is Blu-ray.
Yep.
It's Ray Blue.
Did you buy this?
Yeah, we talked about it on the last show. Don't you listen to our show about how I buy
I never
it?
listened.
You guys have a show?
Never, ever.
Yeah, it's called Cyber Lunch. It's a weekly podcast that deals and integrates
We are
about
here?
tangents and movies.
And everyday lives.
Oh my God.
And
Growing
I
up
thought
in
this was
Daryl's
for us.
Revolution.
today, tomorrow. Yeah,
I don't think we're
recording
going to get to everything. We're kind of.
Let's talk real
getting
quick about
down
A
there.
Quiet Place because we've seen this.
Okay. Have you
About-
seen this?
I have
What?
not, but I've pretty much read the whole plot. of
Quiet
it.
Place.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I was bored.
Matt likes
One
to
day.
spoil stuff for himself.
Why though? Why bother watching?
I
I
think
have
might
a
go buy it.
child,
I will.
and having
know
a
you
child
have a
means you
child.
can't see horror
buy
movies when you want to.
It's quiet though.
I like this movie.
And it's in a place.
I saw it in the theater and
you
basically
like this movie?
I did like this movie a lot.
I thought this movie should have been called The Sound of People Eating Popcorn.
Yeah, that would have
That's
been
all
tough.
I heard.
I think I liked it better because I was at home.
Yeah,
if I
I
would
would like it at home a lot more.
So before the Man Cinema off of Excelsior in Minnesota closed, they're closed now. That's the last movie I saw there, and I talked about that. But it's funny. That's all you heard was crinkling and shit like that because it was so quiet throughout the whole movie.
It is.
But it's funny when I got up and the movie was over. I'm like, oh, that was pretty fucking good.
It was a good movie.
I turn around and some lady brought a whole fucking bottle of wine in the movie.
Nice.
Like, seriously.
Nice.
No, it was wine or champagne. I'm just like, God, somebody went hard.
Just
Nice.
a whole empty bottle sitting there.
yeah, it's
It's
just
a-
like,
Gotta
God,
be
baby,
real
quiet.
quiet.
Let's do the synopsis of what the movie's about. Daryl, go for it.
I can't see it. Thank you.
Matt can do it.
if they hear you,
I can't see it either, but I'll just ad lib it here. So Jim from The Office is pulling a really long prank on Dwight again,
Yeah.
and so they
that. I
cannot
like
talk at all. Pam has been replaced by Jim's real life wife,
Is that his real life wife?
Yeah, it is.
that's
Wow.
a great band name too.
Real
Real life
wife.
wife.
and
That's
apparently
why they work together really well in that. That's why.
the prank
Not only
involves
that
an
way.
actual deaf kid from what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is definitely.
I'm sorry, but I wanted to punch her in the face.
I don't know why.
It's like, stop bitching. Stop making problems. We're in a world where monsters will kill us if we make a sound. Stop
but-
throwing a hissy fit.
And you know what?
Seriously.
Kids will be kids, though.
And you
Well,
know
then
what?
don't have them.
True.
She wouldn't even hear it coming.
Right.
That's true. She was deaf.
Right.
That's the thing.
There was little things where you're like, well, would that really work? But as a whole, this movie's a good thriller. Like, basically, it's in a world where there's some kind of creatures that if you make noises, they'll kill you. So everybody has to live silently, and they figure out different ways to to the max of living silently. You cannot make a peep, but that's where the tension comes from. So half the movie is silent.
Justin, you have a thought?
Part about what you said about, well, maybe they shouldn't have kids, and maybe Matt can attest to this, is that was one of the scariest parts of the movie that they didn't even really. It was just kind of one of those things that you thought about. It's like when she has a kid in the movie, a baby,
Well,
and you're like,
trailers. It's obvious.
Yeah.
how
survived.
the whole movie. I'm just like, how are they going to do this?
Yeah.
How are they going to fucking do this?
With the quiet, yeah. to
How
keep
do
the
you
kid quiet.
birth a new, and then like, how do you keep a kid quiet? How do you keep it, and it's just one of those. It's just like
That's
it's
one
tense.
Benadryl.
It's tense. Yeah.
That's the one part that bothered me. Was when she had the kid. Like that thing, kid would be crying right away. But anyway, great movie. It's worth watch. It's like I said with
Did you see it, Matt?
No, I did not.
I
I want to see it though.
It comes at night. It's that kind of
I would
feel.
just
Yes.
say
Yes.
it's a PG-13 movie
Yep.
or version of It Comes at Night.
Yep.
Yes.
Inevitably.
Have you
And
seen
John
that, Matt?
Krasinski, the dude can act, and he can.
No.
He wrote and directed this movie too, I think.
Yeah, he did write and direct this.
So
Yes.
the dude's legit. I like that he stepped way out of the box with it, and visually, it's very, very awesome. Like when they're looking at all the people around, things around him and stuff like that. It's awesome.
Do you like being able to see the creatures?
No,
I was going to ask about that. Did
I wish
they
I would have
show him?
seen less of it. Like it got really monstery towards the end, but it was still good.
That's not even a spoiler. That's
No.
just part of the deal.
It's in the trailer. They have the hand going on the
Yeah.
banister and shit. But I liked it a lot. I'm glad I didn't see it in the theater though, because it would have drove me nuts how quiet it was, and people can't mind their manners.
It actually wasn't bad for me, personally. I had a good experience. My girlfriend took me on a date, so I was just like, all right, here we go. It was a good popcorn. Like, you're just kind of like constantly eating popcorn, just like, fuck.
Oh, it's a tense movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is, yeah. And it's not like super over the top, gory or intense. It's a good burn.
I did have this look of just like, oh my god, at
Yeah.
the very beginning with the spaceship. When
The
that made
spaceship?
noise.
Oh yeah, yeah. But that's the thing too. That's another thing too. Like she knows better. Don't give him batteries. What are you doing? Like that drove me nuts. That was like where I was at
Yeah,
when.
but that's the whole movie.
That's part of the plot device.
That's your red herring, yeah.
Okay, but it was good. I'm not trying to bitch about it. I liked it a lot. Real quick, I'm just gonna give 2 more recommendations if you
Okay.
like horror movies.
Go ahead.
Creep is one on
Never
Netflix.
heard of it.
It's
With the guy
very
from
very
The
good.
League, right?
Yes,
Duplass.
Duplass, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
And
never
then
heard of him.
he's really good. You know him if you see him. And then the invitation.
Did you talk about that last week with the Swedish guys?
No, that was something else.
Okay.
This one is the invitation. Justin can.
The invitation.
the
Invitation.
invitation.
You get an invitation to ninja.
Yeah, it's a really good. It's good little thriller. Creepy.
What turns you on to
thriller.
these? I know you're not really a big fan of horror movies in general.
You know what? To be honest, I go on Google and
Yeah.
I type in top underrated thrillers, underrated suspense, whatever on Netflix or anything like that, top whatever, and then I go buy it and I watch them. I have watched way more, but we don't have time to go through any of them. But I've watched some really weird shit like The Void, The Lazarus Effect, Officer Down, like I said. Yeah, just weird stuff. Like it
Yeah,
just
I mean, I don't even know half these movies, and I know.
and that's where you find half the gems, though. Like I would have never seen Only God Forgives or Enemy. I would have never seen those because Enemy is an A24 production.
Oh, hey.
So you only see
that's
that
Our
in-
second, that's our second sponsor to Funko Pop.
Yeah, no kidding.
we haven't talked about Funko Pop in a while.
Yeah.
They've been actually unveiling a bunch of new stuff at
like that
Comic Cons this
garbage
week.
Gears
and
of War game.
I still can't believe the licenses those guys can get. I
Yeah.
can't believe they have
that's
everybody.
especially when GameStop owns them. It's like, where are
Anyway.
they getting this money?
Invitation and Creep. I highly recommend it.
Which is scarier? The Conjuring.
Neither one. I don't get really scared.
Conjuring
That
isn't
much, but-
scary.
Most unsettling is Creep.
Really?
The Invitation's really good though, but it's kind of status quo. But it's a really good movie. So
Well,
would
I
watch
made
it.
Jake watch The Conjuring.
Yep,
Because
he
he
did.
has a little bit more faith than the rest of us. So maybe I thought that would scare him. Similar.
It did. That's what got me.
Or
That's
the
the part.
Matrix, the Exorcist.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
Matrix scares the shit out of me, man.
It's like, what
Fucking
is
agents.
real? How do you define real?
Go ahead.
So when I watched The Conjuring, what I got out of it was there was a lot of references to older horror movies.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah.
I think that's a directorial.
The
James Wan.
the parts in the basement were very like Evil Dead
Yeah.
style.
Yep.
Yeah, it was an homage movie kind of for
Tons
sure.
of Exorcist stuff in there, but it had Night Owl or whatever from Watchmen. He was in that.
Patrick Wilson.
Is that his name, Patrick?
Yes.
He played Ed Warren.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
Edward.
the guy in Hard Candy we were talking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah. And then we were talking about
Bring
that
it all back around. Why not?
full circle.
last week, Daryl. We mentioned the wife in that movie too, Elizabeth Warren. Remember that?
Oh yeah, from
actress?
The Departed.
The Departed. She's a weird looking chick.
She was the one that was the
What?
psychiatrist
Yeah, the
for
psychiatrist.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. And she was banging both of them at the same time.
Matt Damon and
She was as Danny DeVito would say, a whore.
a whore.
Yeah.
She was a whore's light.
Anyway.
Hey, can you crack another whore's light for me?
What was that lady's name?
Oh.
Yeah, Vera Farmiga.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we have
Yep.
3 people in the room that are football fans.
Yep.
We're going to take a hard right turn for a second. Madden 19 cover. Antonio Brown, go ahead.
Well,
Fair
my
enough.
fantasy season's fucked.
Because of the curse.
The Pittsburgh Steelers or fans are just like, God damn it!
Is there a controversy about this or something?
No, just thoughts.
There's
Oh.
a curse on the cover.
Although it didn't affect Tom Brady last year.
Yeah, did he
Unless-
lost the Super Bowl?
Jeez,
back
nobody
up.
loses a Super Bowl. Are you
he
kidding
fucking
me?
kissed his son.
Yeah.
Real deep.
Real.
Was
big.
there tongue?
Is it
felt like
$80?
there was tongue.
Might as well. There's
That's the
so
Hall of
many
Fame
different
editions.
versions.
Yeah, that's the T.O. Cowboys version.
Well, Antonio Brown, it's nice to have him for 6 games out of the year.
Well, he came through for me. I don't know how it's going to work out this year as far as fantasy football goes and everything.
Yeah,
but-
we got to start that shit, by the way, Justin. Making this
it's
public.
all over forever. Who buys fucking Madden anymore? It's
A lot of
Everybody-
people.
It's the same shit every year.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
single year. Not to transition into video games. I don't know if you were done
I haven't
with
played.
your
I haven't played Madden for 5 years.
You want to know what's different?
the
when
graphics.
when you start winning, the game glitches until the AI catches up. That's literally the
Yeah,
difference.
Matt always
Matt's
just
had a lot
bitch
of
about that.
experience with this game. Tell us your hate stories, Matt.
Yeah, go ahead. You've been very quiet this episode. We want to hear from you.
It does
Well,
have a
I
massive
can't
rubber band on it.
cite any specific examples, but let's just say I've screamed at my TV several times.
Have you broken any controllers over
year.
this game? Any Madden?
What?
Have you broken a controller over Madden?
No, I've never broken a controller. I've
Ever?
broken up my kid a few times, but
You need some sheetrock work.
I mean,
sheetrock's fine.
Madden's fine if you're just playing with buddies and stuff, but I would never buy it just to play it anymore. I'm over it.
On the last Madden, they did add like sort of a story mode to it.
Not the Spike Lee one.
It
That's
was-
a basketball. I'm sorry. That's
Yeah, that's
basketball.
NBA Live.
It was garbage.
Is that T.O.?
Yeah, T.O.'s on the Hall of Fame version. It's not even good T.O. It's T.O. for the Cowboys.
Yeah, what the hell is that bullshit?
Where's he originally from? I have no idea.
Gosh, who wasn't he?
Was that
on?
Philly? That was his
I thought
original
he
team, I
was-
thought, wasn't it?
I thought he was a Niner.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. He signed that football. Remember, he got in trouble. He had a Sharpie in his sock, and he caught a touchdown and fucking pulled it out and signed the football and gave it to his agent in the fucking crowd. Can't make that shit up.
What a fucking joke.
Yeah, yeah, Niners,
pretty much.
Eagles, Cowboys, Bills, Bengals,
Yeah.
Also,
Allen Wranglers.
he
Seahawks.
released a video on Twitter this year saying that he was ready to go
Yeah.
back into
Yeah, I
football.
was about to say he's.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't,
41, right? 40.
44,
well,
according
you
to
can't now
this.
because I think they finally are giving him Hall of Fame.
That's probably why they gave it to him, was
There's
to
like,
stop him
go
from trying to do it.
away. I'm not a big T.O. fan, but
I mean, the guy's, you
Um,
can't deny his talent, but whatever.
All right, so we're kind of running short on time. So pick 3 of those topics. I'm serious. It's kind of getting down there. And then we have the secret question. So we get 3 more topics and then the secret question. And then we're going to be
let's
wrapping
not
How
up.
talk
about
Star
Attack
Wars.
on
I don't want to
Titan?
talk about Star Wars this week, please.
Okay.
I need a break.
Dark Knight, 10th year anniversary.
Dude, that's crazy.
Absolutely.
What the hell?
Oh,
yeah.
Greatest
Where did time go?
greatest superhero movie ever made.
I think so.
one of them. It won that tournament, didn't that we were
Yep.
in?
Well, it won. Yeah, I mean,
Greatest
it has to.
Batman film.
Oh, for
Definitely
sure.
the greatest Batman film.
Greatest DC film for sure.
Yeah, I think it's still the greatest superhero.
But did it have bat nipples?
No,
No,
It
only
did not.
one
It
did.
didn't
I
have
wish
bad
it did,
cards
like-
either. Bad credit
Like
cards.
George
bad
Clooney's.
skates.
I wouldn't mind some
Bad
bale nipples.
What's the name of this?
So they're
episode?
re-releasing this in IMAX.
Yeah.
How many times did you guys see this back in the day? in
70
theaters?
millimeter.
I saw 4 in the theater.
I saw it
I
twice.
think I saw 3.
Once.
I think I saw it 3.
Once
Twice
at
in
the Minnesota Zoo IMAX.
Yes.
That's where I saw it first time.
Yep.
But I saw it at 3:25 a.m.
Dude, I
the
remember
first
that
night.
bass and this just.
So
Remember,
good.
I had to pee and I didn't want to get up.
I gotta pee.
There's no good time to pee in that movie.
I think there
You
should
have
be hoses at the bottom of those
to-
chairs.
Please take an intermission.
Yeah.
And ever since that soundtrack came out, every like major action movie has copied that.
Yeah.
Like heavy.
Dude, I
bass.
bought that soundtrack.
Every major movie has copied the look of that movie.
yeah.
And the grittiness.
I think I might go home and watch that.
Yeah, man.
I'll
I
go
have
see
the-
this again though.
Here's my
70 millimeter release too, dude. I don't think the original was 70. That's gonna be sick.
You want to hear a little
It's the
my
original print.
cool little Dark Knight story? So I wanted this and it came out on DVD, right? Or Blu-ray. I went to Walmart and the Blu-ray was sitting there, but they had the 3-pack and the nice like fold out 3, like holographic whatever exclusive box, and it said $19.99 on it. I'm like, okay, so I bought it and I brought it up and she rings it up and it was $69.99. And I'm like, no, and I folded it back in and showed her the sticker right on there, and they had to sell it for me for $20.
Jeez.
And I still have it.
I remember me and Mark, our guest, we did that once with a big like Criterion version of Die Hard. It was like a Black Friday with Best Buy, and we're like, this is what's on the picture, and they're like, oh, Die Hard, okay, and it was like it was
mistake.
Criterion. It was like a $40 set. We got it for like $5.99.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Idiot.
It's a great movie. Speaking of Joker, though,
Yeah, did
What do
you
you
guys
think of
hear about
this?
this?
Well, we
Yeah, I
talked
did.
about that a little bit
Last
You
week?
and- Jake and I got into
Is
it
that already a
little
week old news?
bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
yep.
I don't
Joaquin
know.
Phoenix
She's just gonna
as
be
the new
sad
Joker.
about not being in a relationship the whole fucking time.
Now, do you think this is going to be a new Joker for a new Batman?
I don't know what they're going to do with this movie, man. I didn't even know they were doing it until
I'm
we
so done
announced
with
it.
Ben Stiller.
I don't know what the hell they're thinking,
Or
where they're going
Ben
with this,
Affleck,
because
I'm sorry.
Ben Affleck, yeah, they're doing Jared Leto's Joker still. They're still
Yeah.
keeping that, but this is like a side thing. Like, what are you doing? DC doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, they don't have
They
the
really
MCU
don't.
plan
They're-
that
No,
Marvel did.
they need a
for
leader.
sure.
They are just signing on to anybody that's famous that will do a
Yep.
movie for them.
They need a Feige to head that studio. They need a Kevin
fucking
Feige.
Feige.
A fucking Feige. But I'm interested.
Feige.com.
Joaquin Phoenix is.
I
Dude,
love
he's
John
so
Quan Phoenix.
He's so psycho. He's gonna
Yeah.
nail the shit out
I
of
think
this,
so.
dude.
The last good movie I saw him in was Incoherent Vice.
Yes.
Inherent Vice.
It's Inherent Vice.
Thank you.
I think
Incoherent.
I think the last
I think
movie
that was the plot.
the last
Yeah,
movie I watched him in
Incoherent.
was U-Turn. I told you to watch that
Oh,
movie.
yeah,
You probably
that's
still
right.
haven't watched it.
I liked
U-Turn.
her. I liked her as
Her
well.
was pretty good.
Never saw
Did
her.
you guys ever see I'm Still Here, the documentary about how he went crazy and stuff
No.
before he went up?
I saw him on Letterman when he did that
Partially.
interview. I watched
That's
that
a
live.
good flick, man. Because that was like right before he went on like that 5-year hiatus and stuff, and he just pretended like he went crazy and
So he pulled a Dave Chappelle.
kinda.
Yeah.
He showed up on Letterman, wound up and whacked out. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
this is
grew
really.
beard
David
and
Letterman
stuff
got
and
pissed.
That
during
was
the
when he was
interview.
like becoming like a rapper and stuff.
Yeah.
He wouldn't try and like.
And he's like,
did,
whatever, man. When David Letterman's talking to him, and David Letterman's like, well, what the hell, man? He like came on, didn't really say much.
And I think
He
it's
was
like
just
all
being weird.
performance art. I think
Yep.
he was totally planning it all.
It was like Man on the Moon type stuff.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's totally Andy Kaufman
Yep.
like.
David Letterman wasn't having it though.
Well, he's retired now. Mm-hmm. And he probably doesn't have a dick anymore because of all the hepatitis he's got all over it. So,
David Letterman?
What?
What?
you know, just think about how many interns he's banged throughout his years. I mean, before the
didn't know
Me Too
David-
movement.
One of the best impressions of David Letterman ever, by the way. Norm Macdonald. It's one of the greatest
Agreed.
things I've ever seen. This is all you guys. I'm going to get up and.
Daryl, you want to talk some games? Matt, you want to talk some games? Why don't you guys take a
I
couple
thought we were
minutes on
talking
games?
about just the series in general, whether it's be games or
I just picked up on Attack on Titan, the season 1. I'm not talking about the game. I played the game for a little bit, but season 1, I bought Attack on Titan 2, so I'm trying to get back into season 1, and I think I'm on like episode 8 or 9. I don't want to spoil where I'm at in particular, but I kind of will. Aaron
Oh,
just
really?
found out he's can morph into a hybrid. Matt?
You know nothing.
I know nothing. Yeah, so I know nothing really. I found Attack on Titan season 2 for $27. Usually it's $50, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. I may return it.
The game or the series?
The series, the actual show.
It's free on Hulu.
Well, no, it's
Unless you're trying to get
$11.99 a
dubbed.
month.
Well, I thought you had Hulu.
I just purchased it today.
Okay.
So now I'm going to return that, but it kind of like sparked my interest again where I kind of got back into Attack on Titan.
Season 3 is in production, by the way.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I played the first game inspired by you. I had to sell
Great game, by the way.
I had to sell it to get Monster Hunter World, which I sold that for something else. So, the chain continues, but that's just the way it is. It's a very entertaining and, may I say, very grotesquely violent show that I forgot. I was just like, oh, damn, I kind of forgot how violent this show is at points, so...
So just to give my background on this series, I first watched the anime on Netflix and Hulu and found out that the manga of it, or Japanese comic for those who don't know what manga is way ahead of that. So I caught up. And it is now a completely different series. Those who have read that might understand what I'm saying, but yeah, it'll catch up probably in season 4.
Really?
Yes, season 3.
I
Season
enjoyed
3 will
it.
take it in a completely different
I've
direction.
been watching the English dub, not sub. The thing is that I talked about last week or the week before is that when I watch an anime and has subtitles, I feel like it takes away from me actually enjoying the art and having to pay more attention upon like the actual like words. That's, you know what I mean, because I don't understand Japanese. So I'm focusing more on reading than I am like focusing on the art of the actual show.
Totally agree.
So
What I hate about subtitles, even though I watch subtitled anime all the time,
I watch subtitled everything. It doesn't matter.
when I normally watch media, I'm watching it, but I'm also on my phone kind of researching like what's going on in the show or movie that I'm watching, looking up IMDb trivia, stuff like that. It's really hard to do that with a subtitled anime because I'll miss dialogue, and it's a little frustrating. But I do prefer dubbed now, even though back in my purest days as a anime fan, I like to watch the subtitle versions because the dialogue in Japanese seemed to correspond with the emotions they were trying to convey in those things.
I think
I'd rather have the regular people talking with this English subtitle instead of dubbing. Dubbing just takes away
the
from
English
the emotion,
subtitle or the English dub is kind of off-putting at times too because it's overzealous.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I found today.
When they
Yes.
laugh,
Yes.
Yeah, for no
Attack on
Overacting.
Titan is probably one of the highest quality anime shows that you could watch right now, other than the Castlevania anime. Which, if
Castlevania's
you
tight.
haven't had a chance to watch that, please do.
Have you seen that, Matt?
Oh yeah, those
It's only
4
like
episodes.
4 episodes, right?
Could I make a suggestion on this?
Go ahead, yeah.
Network. Okay, so there's a series that's called Berserk.
Fuck
Yeah.
yes.
I watched the films with Justin
You should-
back when we lived together.
Describe it how you sold it to me.
So just to give you a little background on this before I describe what this show is, it started off as a Japanese comic book in 1989,
Jake was 27.
drawn
I saw
and
that.
written by one guy, and he's continued that series until today. There's about 350 chapters of it. In the late 90s, they made a anime series, hand-drawn, of the first arc of that comic book. It was so expensive they had to cancel the series, and they ended it on a cliffhanger. So recently, they remade the first arc into 3 movies that are on Netflix right now. If you search for Berserk, they'll come up
Yeah,
as
they're
Berserk.
celebrated, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
As
Okay.
Berserk: The Golden Age. So they made those 3 movies, and then after those 3 movies, they made an anime series, which you would have to buy to see, but it's got 2 seasons now with about 20 episodes each.
Excuse me.
And it gets through about 75% of where the manga is right now.
So, just for our fans out there, and for me in general, like, I'm very intrigued, but what's the main premise?
So the premise of the story is...
Just side tangent. One of my favorite animes is... My favorite anime is Samurai Champloo. Love that. And Cowboy Bebop.
Can I say what my favorite anime is?
Go
Because
ahead.
I'm not a huge anime guy. Ninja Scrolls.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
That's kind of a hard watch.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's Red Sparrow brutal.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So the premise of this anime, what draws you into it, you kind of have to go past the first arc of it because it's kind of the backstory for the main character. But the main character is a swordsman who uses a very large sword to fight his enemies, and he encounters this event where he is marked by demons to basically be killed off to sacrifice himself for the leader of his group of mercenaries. So what happens is
So
he
he's
gets
like Captain
marked.
Jack Sparrow with a big sword.
I remember Matt telling me he sold it as Game of Thrones anime, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Well, that's
very
what I-
similar
It's brutal,
appreciation to
That's
Game
what
of
I
Thrones.
say
Is it brutal?
about Attack on Titan, though.
So what ends up happening with this guy is he's branded by this thing. So any demon in the area that he's in wants to kill him. So he doesn't sleep at night because that's when the demons are more active. So he spends his entire nights fighting literally hundreds and thousands of demons.
I'm gonna have to check this out.
And
I'm not a big anime guy, and it kept my attention.
Now, how's the game?
the game is amazing.
Is it turn-based or is it like a hack and slash?
It's Dynasty Warriors hack and slash. If you like hack and slash, Dynasty Warriors style, it's probably the best iteration of that Dynasty Warriors, because
I love Dynasty Warriors. Although I never
the
really
whole
got
anime
past the first
and
level.
manga plot is that he's literally has to fight these hundreds of thousands of demons all the time because they're trying to kill him.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to. It popped up on the next video or whatever was One Punch Man too. Did you guys watch that?
No, because it's all in Japanese.
It's subtitled.
That's fine.
I have watched One
I
Punch
love
Man.
original Dio.
I liked it.
I've heard it's good.
That series is great as well.
Yeah.
I've heard it's a good anime for people who don't like anime.
Okay, so to give you a little premise on that, Bill Burr, who hates anime, did a podcast on One Punch Man because he thought it was great.
Yep.
I think, yeah, that's right.
The premise of One Punch Man is this guy
See, that's what I want is the English
has
dub.
trained himself to be a superhero beyond any level that anyone else has achieved, and he's so strong that he can defeat anyone with a single punch.
And not anyone, anything like any
Yes.
alien invader. Any
There's
like,
aliens
other
that come in
superpowers.
there. There's like gods
One
and
punch!
demons and all sorts of things, and he defeats them all with one punch.
Yeah,
And doesn't he deal with like depression? And
yeah, he's just always
Yeah, and he's
because
bored.
Yeah, he's bored
because
of
he's
life.
so strong.
It's so good, and the animation and the
Yeah, the animation is
so
very
good.
detailed, and these monsters look awesome.
I really like
You
it.
guys are turning me into a giant fucking weeaboo.
For me to say I like an anime, I feel it has to be kind of awesome because I really don't like a lot of animes. But when
As much as you like animation, you're not an anime
Right,
person.
right.
So, not only do I have to catch up on Attack on Titan, I gotta watch Berserk and One Punch Man for
One
sure.
Punch Man's only like 6 episodes though, right? That's
It's
a
only
short
one
as well.
season right
Well,
now.
just-
That's like 12 episodes, I think.
Is it 12?
I think so.
No, they're short though. I think they're like
Yeah, if we ever have
25
any anime
minutes or
questions,
something
let's
like
get
that.
Matt
They're
on
even
here.
shorter than that. I think they're like 21 minutes.
Okay. It basically goes through, fights a huge boss. Goes through, fights a huge boss.
It's like if you were using God mode in a video game.
Yep.
It's the anime of that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It should be called Game Shark.
Yes.
Pretty much. Yeah. Game Shark, the anime.
All right, Justin. You said that you have the secret question.
Yes, this is a segment that I turned into a secret question. that
We
I've
couldn't
been-
get to everything on our list today, so I'm sorry. But go ahead.
What is there something else you want to talk about?
No, go ahead. We're kind of running out of time, anyways.
Oh, okay.
That's all right.
So for some reason, one day I was actually watching The Terror, which I finished, which is a good show. I think we talked about it. I picked up the book,
That is a great series.
and I realized how frightening Hollywood has been making bears the past few years. So I made a list of my 5 scariest bears, and I want you guys to pick one for an ultimate battle
Scariest
of
bears.
of what I call Hollywood scare bears.
So your question for this week
Scare
is,
bears.
what is the scariest bear?
my question for this week is choose your fucking fighter.
The answer is
All right.
Okay.
Grumpy Bear from
while you
the
may
Care
not
Bears.
all have seen these are your choices, and I have compiled some pictures. From 1979's The Prophecy.
Jesus.
Katahdin. He is a possessed demon bear.
Okay.
Jake, have you seen The Prophecy?
Yeah, I've seen
Okay.
most of all of these, I think.
There
I
he
haven't
is.
seen that movie.
This is the one that made me. Well, this is one of them. The Toonbach from Terror. It's like a polar bear thing. It's really frightening. You have to kind of see it in action. It's got like a human face. There's one I can't
Reminds me
find
of
it.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, this picture. It like chases the dude up a mast of a ship on fire.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
it's a pretty frightening bear. One of our more realistic bears, the bear from The Revenant.
No, that's
This
good.
bear won Leo DiCaprio his first Oscar.
Which
so
I feel
consider
like
that in your
if
option.
any movie won Leo an Oscar, it should have been Django.
I got to say something. I bought this movie, watched it one time, loved it. Can't watch
Same.
it. I can't watch
It's
it.
beautiful
Agreed.
too.
Yeah,
It looks
and
great.
it's just tough to watch.
He should have died of hypothermia like many times over. Okay, go ahead.
I can't believe it's a real story. A second
Blue Glass
bear.
never had a son, first of all.
Yeah, right.
It's not a
It's
true
a good
story.
book. If you haven't read the book, read the
Yeah,
book.
go ahead. Go.
This is another bear that made me compile this one.
That's up there.
The bear from Annihilation.
Yeah, that's the part I knew what Daryl was talking about. When
Yeah.
you described that movie, you're like, there was a part where I gripped the armrest in my chair.
Well,
And
Justin held my hand during
It's
this.
basically like if the Thing had a bear.
or it.
Pretty much.
Or not, not it. The thing. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's a deformed beast with a bunch
Well,
of heads in it.
not
and
only is it
opens
deformed and fucked, it will mimic
People's-
human voices.
Yep.
It'll mimic anything it comes in contact with. So
That is
Yeah.
beyond
when it opens its
terrifying.
mouth, all sorts of human noises come out of
Yeah.
it. So, and then the
seen that
last
movie,
one.
Matt?
I have not, but
This
I've,
better be
I've
the
seen
bear
those
I'm thinking
images
of.
before.
No, it's
we're gonna
probably
have
not.
problems.
This is the only bear on this list that killed a real human being. The bear from the Grizzly Man.
Never
which is
seen
a
it.
documentary about a guy.
I remember seeing that Hollywood video.
Well, is this where that bear just charges that dude?
He's basically a documentarian / bear enthusiast, and he followed this family of bears in Alaska for a bunch of months and created this whole documentary. And nobody heard from him. They found all of his equipment. It turned out one of the bears of the clan had like killed him and just ate his whole body.
You left off the bear from the edge.
That was my fifth pick, and he got kicked off by this bear from The Prophecy.
Is The Prophecy a horror movie?
Yes.
Okay.
No, Daryl. It's just a mutated
It's just
bear.
a
I
bear
don't
with,
know.
with
It's a fucking kids movie.
It's a children's
film,
show.
Yeah, children's film.
The Prophecy. Hi, boys and girls. You want to see someone get mutilated by a terrifying bear?
I don't know that. I don't know that as much. So I'm gonna
You don't know
say
the Toonbach from Terror?
no. I'm gonna say the Annihilation Bear, and then the bear from Leonardo DiCaprio's movie.
The Revenant Bear?
Yeah.
I'm going to say a bear that's not even on this list.
Oh, okay.
A
Edgy.
bear that got taken over by the Night Walkers in Game of Thrones.
That is a good.
Oh, dude, that
That is
is
a
a good
yeah.
bear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That is a great bear. Let me
There's
pull it
a
up
there's
here
a
real
bear
quick.
movie when I was a kid. So this had to be the 80s, like 84, 85. I'd have to do some research.
I have
on
another
this.
one.
Was
too,
it called The
whenever
Bear?
You're ready.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Is there one called The Bear? It
mean-
might have been. I remember it attacked this girl that was in her tent, and it was scratching through her tent and through her leg, and they like showed it. I remember seeing that, and I think we were watching that in school for some reason. I can't remember why, but I remember that.
The Voyage of the Mimi.
No, I don't know what that is, but I know that's not it.
Ben Affleck as a child actor.
That might be
Bear.
it, dude.
The Bear, 1988.
Is it a kids movie though?
It is.
No, that's
No?
not it then. No, it was a rated R movie, like a horror slasher flick.
How do you like my typing?
Yeah. No, not Bad Country. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, Timothy Treadwell. That's the guy from Grizzly Man that I'm
Bears
talking
are
about.
the sharks of land.
Matt, give me your
Bears
vote.
are
Pick a bear. Choose your fighter.
You want to know who the scariest bear for me is?
Winnie the Pooh.
I was gonna say that.
So was I. Or
Yogi
yeah.
Bear. Because that motherfucker will steal your picnic basket.
Pick a Nick basket.
Pick a nigga basket.
I wish you could have seen Matt's face. That was great.
Oh my god.
The Edge is so good. Let's see these other.
Yeah, The Edge was my other one.
Was it Grizzly?
I felt like he was
What
too
about
close
Born
to
to
the.
Be Wild?
the Revenant bears, so I kind of left them off.
How about Grizzly? Look
What
that
about
up.
Brother Bear?
Born
From
to
Disney.
be wild.
Born to be Wild? Is that a bear movie?
There is a bear in it.
Okay, well,
That's a monkey.
95.
that's a monkey, and that's a kids movie.
Yeah,
God damn
it's
it.
not a bear. Do Grizzly once. Just type that in. Grizzly rated R or something like that.
This show is called Justin Googles.
You spelled that wrong. EY.
Grissom.
Shut up. Yeah, this was another one that I was going to put on there. 1976 Grizzly. It's kind of one of those like.
I think that's the one because 1976 feels like the genre.
It's-
And I think that tent right there.
Oh shit.
I think that's
Is
it.
that it?
I think that's it. He likes. Yeah. Yes. Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, you can
look at those
watch the full
posters,
movie
too.
on Daily Motion.
Wow, I should
Yeah,
hit
it's
that.
definitely one of
poster.
those like 70s like animal movies.
18 feet of towering fury, the most dangerous jaws on land.
Oh, Daryl called it.
Jaws reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Sharks of Land.
I bet you. Yeah, I wonder if they got in trouble or if
Sweet band name.
What Grizzly?
Sharks of Land.
Sharks on land. Jaws on land.
Bears, comma, sharks on land.
I had an idea recently for
That would be my pick for a bear, by the way.
an all pilgrim death metal band
Called No Buttons.
called the Cranberries.
Sad. Aren't they
Yeah.
dead?
Oh no.
Not they aren't dead. She is, I think, though.
Sorry.
What's left?
Well, the drummer
What was the,
and the
what was the second ship name? There was the Mayflower.
Sunflower?
Pinta, the Cinta, and the no.
The Cinta.
What the hell?
There's
is
a good
that?
metal name.
The Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Maria.
There you go.
The Cinta.
The Cinta.
The La Quinta Instant Sweets.
But I know about Grizzly from 1976.
It's a little bit more your period, though.
Yeah.
Ah,
I didn't care about history back then. Don't give a fuck about it now. Anyway,
history is a part of us all. I wish I could get that poster.
I know.
Sweet.
I might have to order some of those.
If you're listening, go look up Grizzly from 1976.
Yeah.
Horror.
Look at the
Horror
ones down at the
Syndicate.
bottom, too, with the more realistic bear on them, too.
Jesus.
That one
Thank
right
you.
there. That's probably the one.
It reminds me kind of like the Deathbed poster.
Who would win though?
yeah.
That bear or Jason?
Both.
Yes.
It would be just
'cause
like
he can't
Freddy
die.
versus Jason.
Because even
at the end of that movie, it's just like, oh well, this was all irrelevant. So
well, I remember one of the Jason movies where they chopped him up into a bunch of pieces and he still came back. So if the grizzly ate him and pooped him out, then he'd still come back anyway.
you think there's a porno out there where Michael Myers and Jason get it on?
There should be.
Yes.
Why wouldn't
Justin,
there be?
you're the director.
While
Go ahead.
Freddy,
can think of
while
it, it's
Freddy
been
Krueger's
done.
just fucking stroking it over in
Yeah.
the corner.
Yes.
He's like, that's what I'm talking about, bitch.
On the next episode, we'll be drawing this for our fans.
Live audience.
I need to do some more artwork, so maybe that's what I'll start with. Look at that grizzly one. Look at that one with the black and white right there. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's good.
This one's from 2014. Has James Marsden and Thomas Jane and
James Marsden
and Billy Bob
Are you
Thornton.
serious? No,
Thomas Jane?
that's got to be fake. Billy Bob Thornton's in it too.
Find out.
No, there's no
No,
way.
there was another poster for it listed right there.
Maybe it was a remake.
It probably was. Oh, the Grizzly Maze.
No, this.
Bears. Beats.
No
Battlestar
way.
Galactica.
Garlactica.
Garlactica.
I don't
It's
think
a
that's a
garlic
real
bear.
Yeah,
movie.
no, that can't be right.
It's a garlic bear that fights vampires. So it just murders the entire cast of Twilight.
And even the hair on his fur would fall off and it burns him. when
Yeah,
it
it's
runs
like
by.
garlic.
Yeah.
I like it. One movie I do want to see in the theaters, just for like a purely like popcorn movie, is The Meg. Because you know how I feel about sharks.
Oh, the shark one. The
Yeah.
Megalodon one. With Jason
The
Statham.
Bears of the Sea.
Jason Statham. I'm Jason Statham.
Oh, that's
Buckle
right.
your
Jason Statham's
seatbelt.
in it.
This
Ooh,
might
that dog
actually
was
be a
scary.
movie, Jake.
Really? I might have to check this
Was
out.
it in 3D?
Probably.
Grizzly Maze.
Has anybody out there seen
3D.
Grizzly
With
2014?
Piper Peebo is in this too?
Jesus.
Who the hell is that?
You'll know her if you've seen her.
Billy
she's
Piper?
she's remember the
Titans.
Superman Returns with Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. Wasn't Piper Peebo his girlfriend in that with the dogs? The little dog,
I
the
don't
yippy dog.
remember. Well, there's James
Oh
Marsden.
my god,
This
it
is real.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this. I gotta find this.
Is it actually about bears?
That
though?
looked like
if
Deion
it's called
Sanders
Grizzly.
behind Thomas Jane in that last shot there too. Call me
Oh
crazy.
shit!
Oh, dude, Scott Glenn too.
Oh, this may be just mean grizzly, as in grizzly find or something. Nope, that's a giant bear paw. James Madison's face is bleeding. Thomas Jane's looking dapper as shit with a scope on his rifle. Oh, there's some Billy Bob.
Here's some Billy Bob. I love you, boy.
Yeah, she ain't gonna die.
Oh, yeah, Into the Grizzly Maze is the other name of it, Matt.
Weird. So it had different.
Weird, dude.
Weird. I'm gonna have to check this out. I'm gonna have
Is it
to
on
watch this.
Netflix? That's the major.
That's
question.
the main question. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bears.
The top
Scare
comment
bears.
is, just saw this. You know the movie is shit when you realize the bear did the best performance.
Can't they tranquilize it? That's probably the best question of all of them. Because yeah, really.
And it's funny if you. go
Oh.
down-
Yep. I'm gonna have to watch this.
Huh.
I wish they'd take like a 50 cal like fucking turret to a bear
Well,
at the end. That'd be awesome.
Did you see that kid that killed that bear up in? I think it was Canada or Alaska.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That thing. He shot it like 16 times or something like that, and it finally dropped like by him. And they showed I think what they said when it stood up, it was like 18 and a half feet or something. If it would have stood up.
Now, the bear that I was trying to mention earlier that I didn't get to, it's actually a real YouTube video. It's a girl snowboarding down a hill with her headphones on, and she's like, and all of a sudden this bear behind her is like,
And just running behind her.
like chasing her, and she has no idea.
Is that real? That looks
That's
fake
real.
to me. That looks fake. That looks like CGI to me.
Pull up the video.
Let's find the
Justin.
video.
There's no way. That looks like CGI to me.
There it is, right there.
No, I don't believe it.
Turn up the sound.
No. I don't believe it.
Real or fake?
So, yeah, this girl's snowboarding, putting on her
She had some found
cleats.
footage laying, sideways in the snow. And she's singing.
Work, 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 work.
And to give these guys more
Maybe it's
work,
Rihanna.
work,
It's fake.
we'll be providing the link
100%
in the
fake.
comments.
You think so?
100%. Yeah, 100% fake.
I don't know, man.
She got like a GoPro on or something, or
That's fake. I can tell you 100%. With no regret in my body.
yeah, I
tell
feel
you
like
that's
it's fake. Snowboarder girl chased by bear.
Yeah.
Didn't know it was behind me.
Let's find out if it's perfectly shot or not.
That's fake. I can tell just by the bear. That's totally CGI.
Was she faster than it too?
Yeah, right there. Pulls away from it.
Nah, that's fake. I'll go with fake.
I don't know, man.
I bet you the first comment is fake. One of the first comments.
I've been
is
out
fake.
in the fucking mountains like that and scared that I'm like scared.
It's amazing she knew every word of that song.
Yeah,
There are no
there's
brown bears in Japan in that area.
That bear reminds me of Jaws and how poor the quality is.
Obvious CGI is obvious.
Yeah. Easily duped, Daryl. That's what it says.
am.
An excellent fake.
They say
That one's not fake. The one you're looking. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see people getting attacked by shit in real life.
They said the clip at 36 and 50 is the same clip. So if you see the bear running across there,
Yep.
yeah, it's same animation.
That's fake.
That'd be freaking creepy if
It
it
is
was. Would you?
In your dreams,
I
it's
believe
real.
it no matter what. It's called faith. It's called belief in the absence of evidence.
Well, no, but there's evidence right there that that's fake.
Fake
that
news.
fake?
Totally fake. How come? Okay, how come that picture of that bear
Kissy,
doesn't have the
kissy.
skull sticking out the side like that other picture?
Who wants a big kiss from an interesting, detailed
That
bear from
See
Annihilation?
up in the top. Is that just like a drawing?
Because that's a
I don't
refraction of a skull that he ate. Because
Oh,
We're talking about the annihilation
we're
bear
talking
for
about
those who
Annihilation
can't see.
now.
What
sorry.
we're
Yeah, I
looking
forget where.
So he ate a skull and it became part of him.
Okay,
Dun, dun, dun.
help me.
Dun-dun-dun.
Matt, what's your favorite movie of all time?
The Big Lebowski.
Okay, that's
Ooh,
a
I
good
don't think
one.
we've
I
ever
mean,
talked about the Big Lebowski.
Not
on here.
even to like hesitate. You're just like right into it.
I've already made up my mind.
8-year-olds, dude.
I haven't seen that
8-year-olds.
movie in a long time.
8-year-olds.
I'll have to check that out again.
You're over the line. Bullshit, Walter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Smokey. This isn't Vietnam. There are rules.
My favorite line is, "What the fuck is this?" And he's holding the bowling ball, and he says, "Obviously, you're not a golfer." That's my favorite part, when he's laying on his bathroom floor, and they just drop the ball and it goes through his floor.
Oh yeah, they put the weasel in the bathtub.
Yeah.
God.
Or when he meets Tara Reid.
Yeah, I gotta go to the ATM real quick. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're all everything in that movie is great.
Now, would you consider that movie a comedy?
Yes.
Yes, black
It's a
comedy.
dark comedy.
Yeah, dark comedy.
No.
You should see my doctor.
Compared,
He's very thorough.
if you want to talk dark comedy, that's Fargo, man.
Yeah. God, it's so good.
98.
I like when he's-
1998, dude.
Oh yeah, 20
Wow.
years.
20 years. Yeah, they've started putting out a bunch of double dips.
I remember
this
my
year.
buddy's parents were bitching because they said fuck too many times in this movie.
Yes.
just don't like the language. I just don't like it.
Shimma Shabbos.
I like when he's talking to the sheriff, and
Walter,
the guy just
what
throws
the-
a cup at his head and just hits him square in the
Right
forehead.
in the forehead. Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
You pull a piece on the lane like that, man.
I shove it up your ass and pull the
Pull the
trigger
trigger
till
till
it
it
goes click.
God.
Donnie, you're out of your element.
It's so good.
And
It's
then
so
he
good.
swaps
Everybody in
the
it.
I
swaps
think
the
At
money
the
for
same
the
time, it's
underwear.
very sad though. Yeah, it's very sad though when Donnie kicks off. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah, dude. That was super sad. I didn't see that
Yeah, and
coming.
then blows back in their face.
yeah,
And they're at the
His
funeral home.
action.
God damn it,
yeah.
Walter.
They're at the
damn
funeral
it,
home, and the
Walter.
guy's like, "We can put it in a cardboard box for like
What's his name?
$800." He's like, "Well, you got anything cheaper?"
Jeff
Yeah.
Bridges,
Jeff
No,
Bridges,
it's the
man.
other guy.
John Goodman.
John Goodman, that's one of his best roles.
Absolutely.
if not
Ever.
his best ever,
You know,
He was
what
pretty good in
reminds
No
me of
Brother.
What's that?
Is my brother.
dude.
When he was the one-eyed Bible salesman.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, he's so good.
And the other movie that I really admire him in is 10 Cloverfield
I haven't
Lane.
seen it.
Good flick.
I haven't seen it.
He was
Shouldn't
good
have
in
been a Cloverfield movie, but underrated flick.
It is.
You know what's not a good
You would
Cloverfield
like
movie
it
is
if
Paradox.
it seems like
Horrible.
one of the movies that you would just stumble upon, like be like, oh, and be like, that was good. It seems like a movie that's in the vein of kind of
I'll
what
watch
you've been
it.
watching lately.
I'll watch
You know
it.
Ramona Flowers? She's the main protagonist in that movie
Ramona Flowers.
from Scott Pilgrim.
Oh,
Yep.
isn't
Yep.
that what's his name's sister?
Daniel Nielsen.
No, I'm thinking maybe whose
I told
brother
you-
or
I
sister
just-
is
I
in
made
Scott
that name
Pilgrim,
up.
Matt.
What?
The guy from Home Alone,
Michael Cera.
Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, Macaulay Culkin.
Is it his brother or sister that's in Scott Pilgrim?
It's his brother.
Okay.
Michael Cera's.
His brother is Michael
Roommate.
Cera's roommate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Great
You and
movie.
I
I
saw
love
that
this
on a
movie, by the
matinee.
way.
Also, Macaulay Culkin's brother was in Home Alone. I think both of them actually. He was
Really?
the younger brother with the glasses.
Was a cousin.
The
Yes.
guy who
Third
drank the
cousin?
soda all the time and went
Yes.
to
Yeah.
bed.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I can
Okay.
see that.
That's weird.
Oh, Fuller.
Yeah, Fuller. Yeah, Fuller.
I don't want to sleep with Fuller. He'll pee the bed.
And then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Freaking Scott
Did you, little jerk?
Scott Pilgrim is a very underrated movie, by the
Meh,
way.
meh.
I like that movie
Meh.
a lot.
really, I thought it'd be up your alley. It's all 8-bit and about like love and stuff. Come
Yeah.
on, that's like
Thank you. Like I'm a hopeless romantic.
That was the, the emo Daryl.
I thought I would be more into that too, but something about the execution of it that I didn't like.
See, I was
love
the
it.
opposite. I didn't
I
want to
the
like
DJ
it, and
Don't
rock
either.
battle. That was okay.
Yeah.
I think me and Jake didn't think we'd like it, so
yeah.
we ended up
I
liking
was like,
it.
man, that was good idea.
Like I own it.
The one dude is a vegan. That's his superpower. Like it's so awesome.
I don't remember.
See, I
that.
never read any of the books
I know.
or played any of the games.
I know.
I remember the
Captain
comic.
America was one of her boyfriends.
Yeah, there was
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
Chris
crossover.
Evans
yeah.
was, yeah.
Yes.
What the hell is his name?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Chris Hardwick. Who fucking knows?
Yep.
Don't even get me started on that host. Anyway,
I don't even know. Who
great
that
movie.
is.
I liked Scott Pilgrim.
Guess what? We are running out of time.
Running?
in
Been out of time.
indubitably. Yeah, we've kind of been out of time.
Indubitably.
Thanks
for sticking with
around.
us. Thank
Whoa.
you. We want to hear from you, Cyberbots. You can email at us at cyberlunch1@outlook.com or contact us via our Facebook page.
Justin, I just looked up. He typed in "Show me your bears."
Yes, please show me your bears, guys.
Did you mean show me your
The
beard?
Wiggles? What? That's disturbing.
I put in "Show me your boobs" before, but I've never put in "Show me your bears."
I think it should be funny if the Wiggles, it was in parentheses called softly stabbing.
Just so everyone
Softly
knows,
stabbing a bear.
there is
anybody out there
a
wants
website called showmebears.org.
If there is anybody
Show me
out
your
there
gummy bears.
that wants us to talk about a subject too, you guys can email us that or put it in the comments.
You are on the wrong Bears website right
Like,
now.
what is
Get
the
the
shittiest
fuck out of there.
clip art you've ever seen?
This is like deviant art.
Those were the wrong
No,
type of bears.
It's Furville. It's a furry clip art
Furville.
site.
It was a furry website
you
for
just got-
bears, which are
my
very
God.
hairy
On
gentlemen.
your IP address, Jake.
Justin, you just got dried jizz on you just by freaking clicking on that.
My
site.
favorite bears ever are the Coca-Cola commercials from like 99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every Christmas they do that still.
Coosmoose.
Titties.
Show me your kids' teddy bear.
Subscribe and save 25%.
I know what I'm getting for Christmas.
Subscribe and save 25%. Subscribe to what? What
Show
are we
me your
getting
kitties.
What are we getting into?
Custom artwork bears for your sweetie that say "Show me
Cafe
your titties."
Press.
and
I
titties.
like
It is the same bear with just different
what's the
print
headline of
on
that?
every
Go
bear.
back up to the top. Show me your titties, teddy bears. That's a
Oh,
whole
on Cafe
section.
Press.
Show me your tits. It's not
Oh my
titties.
god. Oh, okay.
That happens to also be my Xbox handle. Show me your tits, teddy bears.
It should be "Show me your teddies." That's a better slogan,
Yes.
man. You could have a shirt with like a bunch of.
It should be like tiaddies.
Yeah.
Show me your tiaddies.
Titties.
Teddies.
Show me your bears, St. Louis. What the fuck?
You gotta
Welcome.
think outside the box with that, not the obvious. That was kind of obvious. That was like a.
Oh, we were running
Show me
out
your
of
tits.
time.
Now we're talking about "Show me your tits, teddy
We-
bears."
We might. Oh my god.
Show me your bears.
Show me your beers.
Send
Show
us
me
your
your
bears.
There we
bears.
go. We're fading in. Thank you guys for sticking around. I'm Daryl.
I'm Justin.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Matt.
This has been Cyber Lunch, and we're out.
Matt, thanks for coming.
Thanks
Matt.
for being so energetic, dude. That was
Yeah,
fucking
thank you.
hot.
Your energy was.
Bring
10
the-
out of
bring the
10.
pain.
So upbeat and loud and clear and crisp. It's good.
I had to
Well,
turn-
you know me. I'm Mr.
I had to turn you
Personality.
down. All right, guys, stick around for next week. We love you. Bye.